All right. Thank you, brethren. Thank you for joining me, brethren. Elijah, Nazarene, how y'all doing? It's good to see y'all. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, brethren, for joining me. I want to give thanks to the Creator. My name is Yaikwab by Yisrael, and I want to give thanks to the Creator for giving me this opportunity to have a channel like this. Welcome to my channel. My channel is for a people called FAITHIST. In the world today being raised up, we're in the beginning of a new time, and the Creator is raising up people, asking them to come out from among the world, come away from religion. He's beginning what he said he was going to do. He's going to raise up, and is doing it right now, people who he's going to use to build the foundation of the kingdom. And we have one hell of a job to do because, I decided to get out. Well, I had an appointment, so I got out of the apartment today and just mingling with people. And it just reinforced what I was listening to yesterday on Brother Cosmon's and Cosmin Kyle's video. I highly recommend you, brother, go check it out, because that really, the effect that it had on me was very sobering. They talked about the resurrections, the order of the resurrections, the fate of brethren who go to what particular resurrection you go to. And that was very good for me because it really helped bring back what this is all about. That video, I highly recommend it. It's on Jehovah Chronicles. I think I got a description for it in my link. If you look in the description area, any brother who has not heard it, we need all the help we can get, man. We need all the help we can get, meaning brethren who are willing to get out front like that and start talking about giving the overstanding of the light, because from what I have seen, we're in a situation where I guess there could never be too many brethren who try to share, try to teach. And, we really need like round the clock ministry for this reality. I mean, I'm not saying that the Creator is not enough, but I'm honestly surprised that there aren't many other brethren who have like channels like these. And that really surprises me that we're not just all over the place. And the only thing I can say is that the Creator, he has certain brethren that he wants to come on and to have these types of platforms. But again, personally, we need all the help that we can get, man, because I don't think we seem to understand that from where we are to, I think that where we are headed is, I think that we should mimic where we're headed. And I perceive that now, I believe that brethren who are coming into the light are headed at least for the second resurrection. I perceive that brethren have enough of an understanding. They know to get away from the world. They know what deity worship is. You got a great power within you to expose the darkness. That's what I wanted to touch on a little bit going out today. And then I decided to hang out and get among the people for, go down to the water and check out, some of the downtown San Francisco just to get out, get some sunshine. And I came into contact with some people, and I talked to a couple of people, and of course, conversation, on a couple of them, they did turn to religion. I was talking with one guy, I was talking to this guy and this lady, and he started it. He started it. I didn't start it. I was heading back, and the guy stopped me, and we got on the subject of God, and so naturally I wanted to see if he had ears to hear, if he would, and it got to the point I was talking to the guy, he couldn't answer me. He was an older white guy. He didn't want to. And personally, if you were to ask me, as my intuition, being a older Negro, he didn't like it that a Negro was telling him something that he couldn't answer. Now, I don't say it proudly, because none of us can, none of us we don't have anything that we haven't received. So it ain't no reason. We ain't got no business being proud about nothing. Everything we got, we received it. And so I knew that might be a threat when I was talking to him, that I was asking him things. I was trying to whet his appetite. I was trying to get the guy to sit and reason with me. And, but I wasn't going to give him a whole lot of time. I was just going to, if I felt it was going to turn acrimonious, and I just going to hold my peace, man, let it return unto me, and I was going to leave. And he made a comment that shocked me. He really surprised me. He said, man, I've been in the Bible 60 years. Basically, I know everything. Now, he didn't say it that way, but I'm just giving you the thumbnail sketch. He basically said, I know everything. He basically said, I know everything, I said, well, hey, man, forget it, man. I'm out, And so I ended up, going down the street a little ways, and I ended up striking up a conversation. I've been sharing that I have been, where I live, pretty quiet, uneventful, but for some reason I step outside, and Creator, he brings somebody in. Somebody just comes from out of nowhere, and I end up talking to him about OAHSPE. And I'd also shared that I had a distasteful conversation with my cousin, and after that I decreed that hey man, that's it. If you don't want this thing, forget it, man. Just forget it. I'll just hold my peace. I'll let my peace return unto me. And so it's like the Creator seemed to make it where people just started approaching me. I'd be outside, and like I said, where I live, pretty dead. To see a human being is a rare thing where I'm at. But he orchestrated it that, somebody here, there's somebody there. I'm going to the store and talk to, and then I finally got the message. Okay, Creator want me to open my mouth, but they better start it, not me. So I'm talking to guys, hey, man, I've been in the Bible 60 years, and I know everything. So don't even try to tell me. I said, hey, man, all right, that's good enough for me, And then I went down, talked to this other brother, he seemed to be a little more receptive. And that's one thing I really noticed, man. You have to learn through people. People, they got to teach you, man. They got to make you thankful to be. I mean, brethren, I hope every day, man, y'all eating food, spiritual food. I mean, what I mean by that is being thankful that you are a faithist, man. Don't take it for granted, because the world, from what I see, what I keep learning, the world, oh man, I'm telling you, it is there to put you to sleep, and they don't even know it. That video I saw yesterday with Daryl Cosman and the brethren, that really was a big help, man. It helped me to sober up. It helped me to don't slip. And it helped me to say to myself, to remind me, you're involved in something that it's really, it ain't going to be easy. Holding faith, believing these things, keep your light going. And so we need brethren, man, that's why I'm so big on having this channel and just trying to get different brethren to come up and talk. I'm telling you, man, we got like a one-time shot. We in the flesh. The Creator is given that He's made it so that we have His word. You know, we're in the land of the living dead. I'm telling you right now. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. Going downtown like that, getting out there, talking amongst the people. I was talking with this brother, and he, hey, Dave, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me, bro. Hey, get that file up, too. I'm glad you're here, brother. Get that file up, and when I'm ready for you, would you be ready with that file? I found a way to do it on my channel, but your way would be better for me. The Creator gave me a way at the last minute how to do it easily. To upload FAITHIST Offspring, that reading, that incredible reading. So, Brother Dave, if you would, have that file ready so that I can turn to you when I'm ready and do the reading from it. If you would, please, Brother Dave. Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming in. So I'm glad, Creator, He got me out today, and I have an addiction to staying into my apartment, and I like to, something comes to my mind, and I go to OAHSPE, I check it out and read it, and I just don't like to get too far away from it. I think it's a big opportunity to be able to share something, to enlighten your brethren, to work for your brethren, to try to serve your brethren. I get a kick out of it myself. I don't even think about trying to elevate, and I'd like to have a job in the spiritual where I'm just like a brother who just ministers to brethren, telling them about the Creator, His word concerning a situation, this or that. And I get a big kick out of it, man. I mean, it beats even making money to me. So again, going back, Brother Darrell's video, man, and I was out there today, and it was amazing. I listened to the brother's video yesterday, and then I had an appointment today. I went out, and everywhere I turned, it just kept getting reconfirmed, this video about we as faithists, brethren, we're in the land of the living dead. I'm telling you the truth, brother. I got the thought in my head. I said, now, see, Yaquab, see, do you see where you live? Do you see where you live? If you think this is all fun and games, then, you keep on and you may end up being right where they are. Now, I don't like to sound harsh like that, but I'm firmly convinced the Creator, when He puts me in a situation, is for the sake of sharing lessons. And I'm all for it. I'm willing. I ask the Creator to help me, to use me. Let me learn a lesson so I can share it with brethren. I seem to have a burden on my heart to tell faithists, you are very special people, man. Don't forget that you're unique. Now, I don't want to sound elitist, but I'm going to say it loud and proud, man. On this, I don't care how it sounds. You, brethren, are a group of people, man. I just keep getting those visions all the time about the uniqueness of a brother and walking in the faithists overstanding. I realize the whole world, they talk about how special and they got the truth, and this, everybody's got the truth, man. And so we go up, we're no different than them. The world look at us, and I'm not really trying to convince the world. I don't think the Creator is too. That's over with. That's why I talk a lot about looking at that debate, Brother Cosman. They was poking at him, trying to get him to answer quickly, trying to get him in the flesh. And the brother just said, hey, man, I ain't got to say nothing to y'all. I can't say how that did wonders for me, man, because it's like that realization, it just keeps on striking me. And, you better, at some point, I'm talking to myself, you better get used to it. You better start believing it. You in a strange place. This ain't your home. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to sound harsh, but this place, it ain't ours. We're in the land of the living dead. I talked to one brother. He was a driver on the cable cars, the famous San Francisco cable cars. I went down there and, I hung out for a little bit and ended up striking up a conversation with him. And sure enough, I heard him say something, and, we ended up talking about God. And I asked him some questions, and, I mean, I'm telling you, man, that's why I'm saying, that's partly why I'm saying this. You talk to people ain't got time for this type of light I'm telling you right now, man, you already know it. I'm reinforcing it. I'm telling you the truth. All right. And the Creator, he's silently moving along. I think it's his purpose. Hey, man, look, if you don't want to look for me, I'm going to just walk right on past you. No offense. Don't mean to offend you. I'm just going to walk on past you, man. I'm going to go right to the brother or sister that's looking for me. I'm just going to the brother. I ain't going to, I'll have to just come back to you later. You don't want me now, okay, that's your will, free will, I'm talking to the brother. He was one of those cable car operators. If you know anything about this city out here, San Francisco, they got these famous cable cars. They go up, and them hills are steep, man. And they climb up that hill, and then they go down the other side. They take it from downtown to the water, It's real beautiful, real tourist attraction, always filled up with people coming from all over the world to go down there. So me and him, we struck up a conversation, and he's a brother, and the story. I really don't even have to tell you. He had a big hole in his head. I know that because everything I said, it just went in one ear and out the other. And I think that people have a tendency to look at a brother like me in a power chair. I'm not, I'm nothing to look at. I'm nothing to, you know what I mean? I'm nothing. Hey, I know people think, why should I listen to him? He don't look educated to me. He don't look like there ain't no reason for me to respect what he says. Now, people treat you nice, but that's the way it is. That's how people are. Hi, Mahalia, sister. Thanks for sharing the channel the other day. Thank you for sharing the channel. I seen where you shared it on Creator Gang. Thank you, sister. I appreciate that. How you doing? You doing okay? I hope I bless you today, man. I'm gonna try my utmost. I always try my best, man, to tell you, bro. I'm gonna do my best, to try to help to fill the gap. We should have day and night ministries. We should have 24/7. Somebody, we go to their channel. We can, good. Great day for you. Good. And, that's a legitimate question. How was your day today? That's what I'm talking about. See, primarily, I just like to stay in my apartment. I love it. I got an addiction, man. I love it. I love to, I've been living in this place like 3 or 4 years now. And still, I thank the Creator, because I remember I'm going to get back to I'm not going to forget what I'm saying. I'm just digressing for a second. I used to be homeless, and I used to think, man, I ain't never going to see the insides of an apartment again. I ain't never going to see the inside of an apartment again. Now, at that point, all the way up until Creator put me in an apartment, it was fine with me. I was prepared. My mind was already prepared. I've been homeless long enough to be able to deal with it. I could deal with all of it. And then lo and behold, I looked up, I was inside of an apartment, And even to this day, I say, I still can't believe I'm in here. You obviously built this place for me. I used to hang out at the beach down the street. And all the while they were constructing this place, it's like the Creator said, okay, let's see what he do. He had been praying for a couple of years. He didn't want to work anymore. He wants to just serve me. Okay, let's test him. Let's let him, just y'all in charge watching. So I hung out at the beach. I was a Hebrew Israelite at the time. I made up flyers. I'd pass them out in the Bay Area and then in the weekend would come, I would get a room. I had a little Toyota Tacoma truck, and I put my printer in the passenger side of the truck. I kept my printer in the passenger side of the truck, so it took up a lot of room, but I wanted to make flyers on the weekend. I'd get a hotel room, I'd get them, make them, Monday, get out, pass them out, drive around the Bay Area. That was the life. To me, I was loving it, man. I felt free. I was homeless. Creator was taking care of me. I was, under Jesus Christ at that time. And then all that while, they were building this apartment complex. I'm thoroughly convinced he built it all for me. All for me. And other brethren get to benefit by something that I sincerely believe that. Even in the Bible, have y'all ever seen Isaiah 43? It was one of those verses that stuck in my mind. See, I believe the Creator, he can use the corrupted Bible. Now, the Bible, I'm going to get back to that cable car driver. This is where, after I got finished, let me get this first because I'm getting ready to go down another road, then I'm going to come back. Isaiah chapter 43. Now, let me share my screen because I'm not sharing my screen, so hold tight. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Now, this is one of those verses I used to hang on to when I was an Israelite because I kept looking for the assurance of the Creator. Now, at that time, I would have said God, you know what I mean? And I came across this right here. I'm sure y'all probably read it, Isaiah 43, the assurance it gives his people. I believe this is one of those instances where the Creator, he can use the Bible to glorify himself. Ain't nothing gonna stop him. So let me see where I was at. I forgot where I was. What was I bringing out? I was at they built this apartment for me. And I looked up and I was inside of it. And even to this day, I say, man, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I'm here, man. It's my dream location. I obviously had chosen it when I became homeless. I used to hang out at the beach and I was loving life. I would hang out at the beach. I had a spot I always parked at. I was reading the Nag Hammadi and it was just blessed. I felt like I was cheating life because I wasn't suffering like other people was. I mean, other people say, man, you were homeless, ain't that suffering? And I just couldn't see it. I didn't see how. My mind was preoccupied. So the Creator, he was watching. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? Okay, you want to live there? All right, go ahead, build that apart. There's a spot over there. There's a spot over there in Colma. Okay, get them started building. I'm going to put Yaquab over there. And lo and behold, couple years, year and a half after being homeless, he put me there. And then it wasn't until later on I realized that the Creator, he was behind, he was taking care of me, Funny thing, because now my mind is wandering about Arizona, going back to Tucson, So they probably building something there right now or got a location picked out and you're going to put me there, And then I'm going to want to come back to California, but the Creator, I'm trying to point y'all to the Creator. And so I'm a brother who's thoroughly convinced. Now here in Isaiah 43, before I forget, I came to this because this is an incredible, when you translate this to the Creator, it's an incredible word for FAITHIST. This here is an incredible word for FAITHIST, man. I think it's one of those instances where he talks to you. I do believe that the Creator gives us assurance because we need it. This land here we live in the land. I'm sorry. We live in the land of the dead, the living dead. I talked to that cable car operator, and you could tell I could read him pretty easily. When you have somebody who has a good job, they're connected, and that is a good job that he's got, driving those cable cars. That's a primo job right there. If you were to ask me, I think that's equal to eating meat. I believe having a good job is equal in this reality. It's equal to like eating meat. It stunts your spiritual growth. Because I was making the most baby points to him, showing him the difference. Now, one thing I can give him credit for, he started asking me questions. And I thought, and my ears, they perked up when he did that. And I commended him for it because I wanted him to keep going. Keep going down that road, man, asking me questions. When you got somebody and they talking to you and they trying to tell you something, all you got to do is just ask them questions, and then they're going to get found out, they're going to get exposed, or they're going to be verified in their answers. That's how you find out somebody. Something, if they're not genuine, something's going to eventually come up and it's going to expose them. For me, when I'm sizing up a brother, I look right at his character. If I don't know what I'm asking him about, if he seems no more to me, I go for the character. That's why I read the Zodiac. I talk at times about the Zodiac. You brethren see me. You know how I operate, I do it so that I may be a blessing to a brother. I don't do it, I believe the Creator has given me that ability. I'm going to use it to try to bless brother. Let me see, Mahal, you got something here. She says, I have been technically homeless for over 6 years. Are you homeless now, Mahalia? She said, I have been technically homeless for over 6 years, living with relatives and friends in Georgia, Nevada, and California. Mahalia, where are you at right now? Are you out here in California? Mahalia, if you don't mind saying where you live, right? What state you live in? She said she had been living with relatives and friends in Georgia, Nevada, and California. And now she says she's in Florida. Now I am in Florida helping with the care of my great-granddaughter. I never had a hungry day. See there? Antonio, brother. Bless my soul, man. Thank you for checking in, brother. Hey, Mahalia, that's another cancer for you. Antonio, Tone Lowly. She said she taking care of her granddaughter. I never had a hungry day. I heard that, sister. I heard, you know what? That's the Creator. That's the Creator. I hope that I let you and every other brother and sister know, man, you start struggling, you can certainly approach me. Yes, you can. You could certainly, I got a food ministry, and you start struggling in anything, I will use my platform to cry out for you. I will cry out for you. We got a brother and sister. They got a situation. And don't tell me another brother and sister are going to stand by and do nothing. Don't try to tell me that. If you under that vibration, you ain't welcome here. Now the Creator, I know he's sending an angel right now. Go stop Jaquab. Stop him. He go, I never said that, to break people off. Stop. Tell Jaquab to stop it, But I'm letting you know right now, you come over this way, and you got a situation. You correct me if I'm wrong, man, but that's the way I see the Creator. I don't see it, I'm sorry, man, You come this way, sister. If don't be afraid, because that's pride. To me, your brother and sister ain't worth nothing, man. If you ain't worth nothing. Now here go the angels say, get him. He calling faith is nothing to you. I ain't saying that, but I think that I just take it seriously. The Creator said our kingdom is going to be one. Brother come over to your house. He needs something. You give it to him, man. He need to use your minivan. You supposed to flip him the keys. He said that's what our kingdom is. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. You got a situation. I might not, be powerful. Or I certainly will do what I can. This platform, it might not have blown up yet, but I will certainly use it if I hear a brother, sister. Yes, sir. Yes, I will. Why don't you try me? So, sister, you keep us informed. You keep us, that's it, brother. One for all and all for one. That's the kingdom of God. Did you know that? Did you know that? That's the kingdom of God right there. That's a faithist. That's the faithist community. Better get ready right now for it. See? So yeah, sister, you keep me informed, man. If we go down together. So I was talking to the cable car driver, and he was snug. He was snug, man. He had a good job. He said that let me see. She says, I'm with my granddaughter. Well, like I said, sister, you make sure that if you come into a situation, you make sure that you let us know. I'll put brethren on the spot, So I ain't running from you, You ain't seeing me run, Creator, he did for me to teach me a lesson to do for others. Y'all see how I've been talking about things that have been done for me, So if anybody's scared, then just go ahead and check out now, because you probably don't want to be on this channel. If you got a hard time selling out for your brother, you probably don't want to be here. So I was talking to the brother, I was talking, hey, Mahal, matter of fact, I dig it. This ain't the platform for a brother to be expressing everything that's going on with him. Mahalia, here, take my email down. Let me go to my email real quick, okay? Here, if you got a situation, I can dig it. You don't want to get especially cancer is not going to bring stuff out in the open. That ain't the way they operate. Let me see if you can see my channel. Here go my email right here. Make a note of my email, Mahalia, and deal with me privately. Okay? So take down my email, Mahalia. All right? And if some situation come around, make sure you let me know. Okay? Just letting you know. All right, so let me get back. Now, I was talking with the brother, right? I was talking with, okay, you good? Okay. Well, just so you know in the future, okay? I'm just letting you know. Now, I was talking with the brother, right? The cable car guy, right? And I think that it's hard to reach people when they set up. You know what I'm saying? I'm good, man. You the one all broke down. You the one need my help. I'm just saying what I think people be thinking when they talking to me, and and I think people get proud like that. I was talking to him, and I sized him up. I looked at the man, I looked him in the face when I was talking to him, so I could size him up while I was talking. And he was a Jehovah's Witness, right? And I told him, look, man, if you're going to take anything away from this conversation with me, I said, you better pay attention because you might not never hear what I'm getting ready to tell you again. You may not never hear it again. And so I told him that whatever you do, if you're going to go about doing right, Creator all with you. He with you. He'll always have your back. Do what puts in your spirit. And if it's good, right towards your brethren, you hold free. But if you are involved in deity worship, you can hang it up. You can hang it up, man. You can hang it up. If you pushing the deity, brother, you can hang it up. Just hang it up, man. That's where the rubber meets the road. That's where, you remember the account? I talked to him about the count, the wheat and the tares. I said, that's how the separation is going on right now, right up underneath your nose. Right up underneath your nose, and you don't care. And he didn't, He acted like he was listening. But I could tell he wasn't, because he didn't try to get my information. He didn't say, like, hey, man, wait, hold on a second, man. Just hold it right there, man. Give me your information, so that if this is the last time I talk to you, I can check back with you. I can size you up and see if you coming with truth. I ain't gonna let you. You know what I mean. You would think that somebody would say that to you. I put it to brethren that way. I put it to them. I said, I bring it out. Like, if I start talking, and I tell them, I say, hey, look, man, you may never hear what I'm getting ready to tell you again. And each of you faithists are the same way. Do you know that that's the situation? Do you brethren realize that if you talking to somebody and if you minded to bring it out, are you minded to bring out the faithists? They may never hear that again. But you notice that people don't do that. That show you they ain't listening. They not listening. You are not listening. The brother come to me like that, and I realize, and he dealing with something that's important to my heart. And even though I can't agree with him, but there's something hitting me about what he's saying. And I can't arrest that brother. I mean, like, stop him and get his information and talk so I can check back with him. You cheating yourself. And that's what the world is going to learn too late. You're going to learn it too late, man. Remember the scripture we looked at? Creator said, you can do it with money now. Are you going to do it? You're going to do it without money later. See, the world thinks, people think we're joking. But wait till it come to pass. See? Now what's up? You here? You in the spiritual? You held on to your God. You held on to religion. You held on to deity worship. I tried to tell you. You wouldn't listen. Now you in the situation. You can't find me. You looking for me. All you know is what your God, what your religion is going to tell you. And now you could be jammed up in that situation for 100 years. Or maybe even 1,000. That's what they brought out on Brother Cal's video last night. See? That's why we need more brethren coming. We need more brethren coming out doing videos. We need brethren to speak up, man. And jump in the fields with the rest of us. Get out there, man. Get out there and say something. This is your opportunity. Creator says that this is our being, our corporality. This is opportunity. Now, here is a good assurance verse that I was talking about earlier. We need stuff like this, man. Now, even though The Bible is corrupted. It's all conflicted. And you know what? Somebody else comes to mind. I was talking to another brother, and he subscribed to my channel. I hope that he remembered to listen. His name was Manny. And if you listen to Manny, I got to hand it to you. You talked a little bit too much because you wouldn't let me get a word out. I mean, you almost didn't let me make any points. So, brother, you talk a little bit too much when you should be listening, okay? That's what even the Bible says. Now, I'm not calling you a fool, Manny, if you listen. But the Bible says a fool, matter of fact, I should show it. It says all he wants to do is just share his own heart. Y'all remember that in the Bible? A fool cares nothing but to share his own heart. King James Version. Probably not going to be, it's going to be hard to find that one. Let me see. Does anybody remember that verse, that scripture? What does it say? It talks about the man. All he wants to do is talk about his own. I wish I could find it. It's in Proverbs somewhere. Let me see if I can change the wording. Interesting proverb, man. You know, I believe it's true. It strikes home, you know. Let me try it again. Because this is an interesting verse, man. This is an interesting verse. Let me try it one more time. Let me try to find it again. Let's see. A fool only wants to share his own heart. King James Version. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is right there. Look at that. A fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. See? Now, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like the Creator said, people, they really only care about themselves. He wants to tell you how he feels about it. He don't want to listen. He has no delight in understanding. See? And Manny, I'm talking to you. You need to practice doing a little more listening. If they come along professing to know something, the wisdom is to question that man, not to keep objecting because you got something comes into your. That's one thing I jump on all the time. People can't talk to one another. We can't talk to one another. I know that there's not going to be any perfect, like conversation back and forth. And I know that times people interrupt one another and, it's cool. I get it. It's like that. But there are situations where one party, one side don't know how to be concerned, especially in relationships. It's like that a lot from what I have seen, what I experienced. You're so busy throwing accusations at one another that it just gets worse and worse. You can't just, if you're trying to solve a situation and you just throwing word back at one another, it's just going to make the situation worse. But when you make your point, and if you have the ability to make your point concisely, and then hopefully your significant other can have the wherewithal to pick up on you make your point, they make their point, the other brother or sister responds, you respond, the other brother or sister then makes another point. You flesh out, deal with the first point, and then move to the next point. See, we don't live in a world of people that could do that because emotions get in the way, and then You just want to get it out. See, there ain't no more delight in understanding, man. And then it turns to the flesh and it's all over with. Anything like will happen now. Why? Because we can't talk to one another. We can't, I know the female, the male, they're made up differently biologically. I know. But if there ain't no solution, you see, don't look for a solution then. You know what I mean? It's like if there ain't no groundwork laid to reach a solution and agree, it's hard understanding one another. And know what, trying to control at times your emotion, it's like trying to catch water. You know what I mean? I dig it. But I've seen relationships where it gets out of control, man. It just gets out of control. It gets acrimonious, and then that's it. It's a wrap, Both camps, they don't know anything but their own heart. They can't listen to you. And that's where now all the demons and the destruction comes in, and I remember them days and I hated them. I did hate them. I hated them. But that's life. I dig it. I can't change the world. Anyway, a fool had no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. So, brother, if you listen, it would serve you well. It will serve you well to somehow, when you talking about the Creator, somebody comes along to be able to hold your peace so that you could learn whether or not someone is genuine, and you can be deceived. That's another element, the Creator just have to step in and show you. I'm just trying to say, when you're talking to a faithist, and they're going to say something, it's going to strike you. It's going to let you know that this ain't no ordinary, I like that Lipton iced tea billboard where it say, this ain't no simping tea. This ain't no simping tea. Like, this ain't no run-of-the-mill tea. A faithist is not a run-of-the-mill brother and sister. They can put, the Creator is giving them to where they can answer anybody. And then all you can do is just be left there to reject it or open your heart. Now, I was going to look at Isaiah 43 for us, brethren, where good and well that this goes along with the character of the Creator. With the Creator, I used to refer to it all the time. When I would be talking to a brother or sister back when I was a Christian, I would bring this out from time to time, trying to comfort brother, And I would go to Isaiah 43, but now thus saith the Lord. And you, brethren, you know how to translate it. You know what I mean? You know how to translate what I'm going to read here. You know what I mean? You can translate it. You know how to translate it. You, brethren, know how to translate this. So I'm going to read it, okay? I'll translate it myself. Well, if I start translating it, it could take a little while, and I don't want to. So I'm going to just read it. It says, but now thus saith the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, he that formed. Now, Jacob, just translate faithist. But now thus saith the Lord that created. Now, but thus saith the Creator that created thee, O faithist, he that formed thee, O faithist, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name. Thou art mine. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. For I am the Creator, thy God, the Holy One of Israel, thy Savior. Now translate it. I gave Egypt for thy ransom, Ethiopia and Seba for thee. Since thou was precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee. Therefore I will give men for thee, and people for thy life. Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from afar, and my daughters from the ends of the earth. Even everyone that is called FAITHIST by my name, for I have created him for my glory. I have formed him. Yea, I have made him. So you can read the rest for yourself. I just wanted to show you, see, the Bible, the Creator, he can use that to bless your soul, because that harmonizes with the OAHSPE. Interesting, I'm bringing this up because the Jehovah's Witnesses who I talked to today, they like to use verse 10 as a reason for their name, one of the reasons for their name. But you know how to translate this. Isaiah 43, good blessing. I was minded to share this because the reality that we are in, flips, brother, flips, brother. Thanks for coming in, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you, brother. Brother, flips. So I'm just sharing a little bit. I'm just digressing a little bit. It's time for the reading of the word. I was just digressing a little bit I got out, I mingled a little bit, and I looked at the video that Brother Cosman Cow and Daryl Cosman did the other day. I recommend you, brother, look at it because I'm telling you, it'll sober you up, man. It got me to thinking, hey, man, it's time to wake up, man. I was talking to these people today. It went in one ear and right out the other, man. One ear, I've nearly gotten to my Israelite mode, Hebrew Israelite, started attacking people, and I had to fight that vibration off. Remain in the spirit of love, man, and have mercy on these brethren. Have mercy. Remember, we read the verse. The Creator said, hey, look, man, light answers light, okay? That means all imbalances are going to be removed. All right? So really, you ain't got to get emotionally involved. All right? I mean, you're going to care for your brethren. You can't help it when you come into OAHSPE. You have to, you can't help yourself because the Creator, it gives you so much joy to read this word, to share it. You want others to have it. See? But it ain't their time. See? It ain't their time to germinate, brother. You can't force it. I'm sharing the lesson that the Creator has given to me. Yaikwab, you cannot force it on people. Leave them alone. Now, if they started, okay, I'll let you jump in. If they started, all right, then you go ahead and give it the best way. You go ahead and let it all hang out if they started, all right? Meaning if they broach the subject, okay, and even then, you have the decision is up to you. You can hold your peace or you can let it all hang out. It's up to you. I give you that decision. If you size them up, and their vibrations seem to be cool, go ahead and try to bless them. They ain't going to hear you. Just come in the spirit of peace, do the best you can, and don't try to make them agree with you. See? And just pray that they might open their ears. Time for the reading of the word. So now, hey, Dave, if you're there, if you want to come in, if you want to check in with the reading, I had Esther chapter 51 lined up. If you didn't come on today, or I didn't figure out a way to upload that file, Creator gave me a way to upload the file, and I was in the process of doing it and had to start the video. But Dave, if you're there and you want to come, if you want to upload the file so I can read off the file, that's cool. If not, then what I plan to do is go to my room and just read as much as I upload it. And I probably won't be able to get through it, so I'll at least be able to just read and then upload the rest at another day and bring it out on another video or something. Well, now the name of the video is FAITHIST Offspring Part 2. And the reason why I wanted to read this is because it's going to bless your soul. Brother Tone Lowly, he turned me on to it, just called me out of the blue one day. That's how you know a blessing is behind something. The brother just called me, and drop the link. Okay. All right. Hold on a second. That's happened to me a lot in my life. All of a sudden, brethren they come out of nowhere. But also, it's been a way for false gods to bring their brethren, to bring their emissaries to me also. I found out. I used to fellowship with some brethren, man, and it just it was just a lesson. It was just a lesson in the power of false gods. It was just a lesson in the power of false gods. So anyway, here goes the reading. Or Dave, when he comes in, and I'm going to begin the reading, he's got a link where I can read it right here on screen about the title of the video. Offspring, FAITHIST Offspring is something that Brother Tone Lowly, he turned me on to. So I want to share it. So let me bring the brother on. Brother, it's good to see you, man. How you doing?
Just fine today. Just fine.
Nice and hot out there. What's the temperature?
Oh, I know. I didn't even check on it. I got the air conditioner on, so.
So it's at least over 100.
No, it's probably about 93, 95, somewhere like that, I think.
Yeah, I remember Tucson, boy. I remember Tucson. I remember that blue sky. I remember how right at 10 o'clock on the dot, man, it would just go, it was blistering hot.
Okay, I flipped it on to 105.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's brutal, man.
105 is nothing. Wait till it gets up to 125.
I know, man. I know.
Well, that was during July. It was about 130.
Why does it got to be real hot like that? Why did the Creator allow that?
Oh, I don't know. I like heat. Heat bother me.
Oh man, it used to drive me crazy, man. I mean, I mean that heat down there, it's like biting hot. It's like a biting type of hot. Not like in Cincinnati where there's a humidity. On the East Coast, all those trees and the grass, and it provides like a certain humidity. So Okay, bro. If you want to upload the link, I'm gonna begin the reading. Read from the something called the FAITHIST Offspring Children of Jehovah, I think, or something like that. So if
Yeah,
you want to
let
bring
me
it
see.
up, okay.
Is it up? Is it up there? I hit it up online.
Okay, I got to fix the screen here. Uh, okay, now I don't see it. Do I? Is it something I'm doing? I don't think there's anything I'm doing wrong. So I don't. Is this it right here? No, that's not it. No, I don't see it.
Let me try something different here. I had it all in the tray and everything, and like these. File. Done.
Okay. Well, I don't see anything.
No, I'm still trying to get it. I had it the other way,
Uh huh.
but it's not going on that way. So
Well, what I've got,
then,
what I've got, it probably will carry me through the rest of the video. So I might not even need you to bring it up.
okay, yeah,
Oh,
go with what you've got.
okay.
I
Okay.
try to fiddle around with this.
Okay. And then if you get it up there, I should hear like the sound. And then if I hear it and I'm doing the reading, I'll let you know.
Okie dokie,
So,
sounds good.
okay, so let me go ahead with what I've got. Okay, so now the name of the reading is called FAITHIST Offspring. It's called, matter of fact, let me go to Brother Omian's room and show the video. Okay, it's called FAITHIST Offspring. Now it doesn't give the whole title, but that's all right. I wanted to see if it'll give me the whole title. It's called like FAITHIST Offspring, Sons and Daughters of Jehovah, and that's what I'm going to be reading from. So let me go ahead and do it. And we got some feedback coming from your end, Dave.
Feedback. Feedback.
Yeah. Uh, all right. So this is called the. It's called FAITHIST Offspring, Sons and Daughters of Jehovah. This is part two because yesterday we got to discussion. And now I just heard something, Dave. Is that you still trying, or did you click something off?
Yeah, yeah, I'm still trying it.
Okay, let me see if I got it by accident. Okay, I don't see anything, so I'm gonna go ahead. All right, so may the Creator bless the reading of His Word. This is called FAITHIST Offspring, and we are in for a treat right now. We are in for a treat. So let's go ahead. Now it says God said there might now where let me see. Let me check myself here. Let me see what's going what am I doing? Where am I starting out at? Because now I may be jumping in the middle. Now, did I post somewhere else where I started from the beginning? Okay, I might. Okay, I didn't. I think let's see. Because this is not starting from the beginning. Let me make sure this is even what I want. Let me make sure this is even what I want. Yeah, because I'm going to be reading all this. Okay. I'm going to be reading others. So this is what I want. Yeah, because I'm going to be reading all this. Okay, so I didn't, but where I'm starting is not the start. I don't know what happened there, but let me go ahead and just at least just get started, and then you brother can pick up as I go along. Now, matter of fact, that's dealing with something else. So let me see. Yeah, that's dealing with something else. That's not what, this is not from what I was going to read. That's dealing with something else. Now, anyway, this is from the index. This is from the reading where I'm going to start down here. And but this is not the beginning. I think what I did is I clipped off a couple of sentences in order to fit this in. So let me just go with it, and I can redo it at another time. It says, now, all good thoughts, words, deeds, may the Creator bless the reading of this word. It says, all good thoughts, words, deeds are thoughts spoken and done with intelligence. All evil thoughts, words, and deeds are thoughts spoken and done with folly. Now, if you still on, Dave, you can stop me, okay, and interject wherever you want to, because there's a lot here where we could digress on if you want to, or anybody else.
Okay.
If I go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I just said okay.
Oh, okay. So if anybody else want to, if I read something and it strike something in you, I put the link in the chat, so feel free. So I'm gonna go on. Let the men and women who think good thoughts speak good words and do good deeds and do good deeds, inhabit the heavens as their home. Let those who think evil thoughts speak evil words and do evil deeds abide in chaos. That's the first resurrection. For all who think good thoughts speak good words and do good deeds, the celestial realms, the best worlds doth belong. How do you like that? Within the cosmic and planetary kingdoms, the influences of light and darkness are in constant struggle for the control of our world and its inhabitants. Light over darkness is the constant. The light fluctuates in intensity and illumination. When it comes forth in power, life flourishes and darkness decreases within the light. Or it says, when it comes forth in power, meaning light, life flourishes and darkness decreases. When the light decreases, the darkness overshadows and death ensues. In this balance of power, there are 16 realms or kingdoms in which the forces of light and darkness have their influence. These realms are neither in a progressive and flourishing state, as our Creator makes them, or in declining or decreasing state when the light and life force is withdrawn. Like the brother said on his video, Cosman, or Daryl brought out how we either are ascending or we are descending. That breaks the world down into some pretty clear images now. When you understand this, people are all the time either ascending or they are descending. There's no middle ground. These realms or kingdoms have two natures. These realms or kingdoms have two natures and are creation and destruction, perseverance and spoiler. eternal life and death, wisdom and ignorance, work and idleness, love and hate, peace and violence, power and weakness, sun and darkness, water and impure water, air and impure air, fertile earth and barrenness, food and impure food, health and disease, man and inferior man, joy and sadness. The forces of, let me close the screen. I can't see. Hold on a second. Okay. It says the forces of light and darkness have their influence on the earth and in the spiritual world. As mankind is neither of the dark or the light, but a product of both, the influence they have on him has an impact on his evolution. Man is the only creation on earth that is born blank. Although he has genetic memories through his ancestral lineage, he watches and learns from the parental and peer examples set before him. All that is seen and happens to a person writes upon their soul and forms their character. Isn't that interesting? It says the two extremes of light and darkness have their effect on each individual and world population until they have reached and completed the third resurrection, rising into the emancipated heavens in Etheria. These extremes create the wheel that mankind rides from the earth into the heavens. When all the traits of light are acquired, one is able to overcome the lower aspects of earth and rise higher into the emancipated nature of the Etherian being. When one chooses to rise to this higher frequency of spiritual light, others who remain stationary or in a declining state of spirit will neutralize their efforts of ascension. The environment, one's living conditions, surroundings, and diet also have their influence on the rise into the higher spheres of intellect and awareness. Those that surround themselves with others of the same aspirations will find it much easier to rise up away from Earth's vibrations and align themselves with the frequencies of heaven. See, that's why I think the Creator, He brings it on my, puts it on my spirit to share. Brethren, we got to get together, man. We got to get with one another, because it makes it easier for us to rise away. It says here, much easier to rise up away from the earth's vibration and align themselves with the frequencies of heaven. The overall abundance of ascension into light, as opposed to the declining nature of darkness, will determine the spiritual outcome of the nuclear family and its future operations. The same holds true for a community, a city, a nation, and the world as well. People of Earth are generators of mental and spiritual levels of awareness and their energies. The influence of a highly spiritual person of light and goodness can lift and enlighten, and through conduction transfer the same sight and evolution to others. And in retrospect, the darkness can also devolve the darkness can devolve the spiritual person and influence those around them until all light and goodness are consumed. Now, I think somebody came in the room. So let me go share, or let me go look at the screen real quick. Let me fix the screen. Okay, it was just my imagination. All right. So in retrospect, now the darkness, it has the same effect. It can spread and it can cause brethren's light to be stagnated or put out. Now you're in a state of decline because you can't stand still. You're going one way or the other all the time. Mankind as a whole is one family among the stars. He is born of the earth to complete his individuality. All the influences of light and dark mold the entire character of man, polarizing to the extremes, meaning you constantly are working to be being one way or the other all the time until you reach the end, which you never will, because we always gonna, with the creator, he's telling you, we are going to always ascend to greater and greater realities and glory. If you can imagine that, he says, those that choose to rise and put forth their spiritual energy to do so will grow into the ethereal heavens. Those that refuse to release their dark ways will cling to the earth's energy, protection, and will eventually draw into the center spirit within our world. These are the evil influences void of spiritual light that inspire souls in their wicked ways. In time, as the earth's life force extinguishes itself on the exterior, the darkened souls will retreat inward, following what's left of the world's life currents. They will be confined within the earth's grip until at its extreme the world novas. I don't know what that is. With the outer crust gone, the remaining vortex will draw an atmospheric world around it. The many souls that were entrapped are released, and having no anchor in corporality are weaned of their darkness and begin their rise up through these nebulous heavens and eventually ethereal. None shall be lost, all shall be resurrected. So it sounds like it's saying that ultimately the foundation of darkness and evil is dissolved, leaving spirits with no foundation, so that they can be caught up by the upward vortex and begin their spiritual journey. I could be saying that wrong. I hope not, but I'm trying to just make sense of it and share with you, brother. It says, unseen to mortal eyes, the influences that control mankind are beyond his earthly comprehension. The many forces that direct his life are imperceivable to the physical senses. Before mankind was born, from the vast pool of cosmic light, the feeling of oneness was paramount. The journey we've taken into this corporeal world separates us, sculpting our individuality and consciousness to the extremes. We can feel separate, lonely, isolated, misunderstood, and at odds with the rest of humanity. The journey back home to become one with our originator is an excessive trek in time and space. The rise from this orbiting sphere into the heavens and the higher realms of reality is not an unguarded, haphazard, from chaos comes order situation. It is a well-structured, organized nursery from which the children of the universe are born. From the beginning of time, souls have been brought forth into the heavens from the many created worlds in Ethereum. Not all planets are birth stars. The souls that are generated from planets are born into the cosmic seed from the nursery stars the cosmic seed from the nursery stars are vast. Let me read that again. It says the souls that are generated from planets and born into the cosmic seed from the nursery stars are vast. Approximately 18 billion per 100 years for this planet. So there are 18 billion souls that are generated. Well, okay, that's all the planets, I think it's saying. I think it's saying that all the planets, every 100 years, well, here it says 18 billion souls are generated for Earth, where we are right now. It says 18 billion souls from our planet and born into cosmic seed from nursery stars are vast. 18 billion per 100 years for this planet. Mankind is not alone in this universe. There are countless planets within the untold number of galaxies. Countless planets within the untold number of galaxies that also give off light, such as our own. Mankind is not alone in this world. Spiritual guardians from the higher heavens are assigned to mortals at their birth. Ashars.
Correct.
These guardians stay with such mortals through their lives, even till after death. They stay with them day and night, inspiring them to do during the day, inspiring them to do during the day, and influencing their dreams at night. Now, I don't get that because sometimes I have impure dreams. I don't like it. It doesn't happen a lot. And I know that my instructions to my Ashar is not to let them get through, but they get through every now and then, and I don't understand that. Why is that allowed to happen? I don't want one time in a million years to have those type of dreams, but sometimes I get hit with them. So it's hard for me to understand this. It says, these guardians, they stay with such mortals throughout their lives, even until after their death. They stay with them day and night, inspiring them to do during the day and influencing their dreams at night. These angels guide mortals to meet each other, go where they go, act as they act, building and creating the world around them as they are inspired to. It says, these guardians are volunteers. Yeah, from the Ethereal world. That's out of sight. These guardians are volunteers that want to help mankind to rise up away from the earth and grow into the heavens. These angels work in an organized, organic statute from the surface of this planet, through the intermediate heavens and into the ethereal realms. They are the midwives, teachers, educators, administrators, and in time, close companions, brothers, and sisters. These guardian angels who oversee mankind personally on the earth are known as Ashars. I heard something. So, Dave, I think you uploaded what you wanted to upload. Let me see.
No.
Oh, no, it's audio. Oh, okay. All right, brother. All right, man. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Okay. You got a thought?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna let you go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and just spit it out, though, man. I'm gonna let you. You ain't got that much left on it.
This is a long reading, brother.
Oh yeah.
Go right ahead. Yeah.
So what we can talk about could take time up. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But
okay. Well, it's up to you. I'm going to, you can tell we can talk, and then I'm going to pick up with it after you share what you. That's
okay.
where I want to go. I always say if a brother wants to jump in and they have a thought, then by all means, and then I can always pick this up.
Right.
So
I mean, it's interesting, man. Like I say, it's interesting. That part you talking about the Nova, what the Nova, something with the Nova, like
yeah,
the dark spirits, you know, how they go on
uh,
declension and like it seemed like they hit rock bottom. You know, that's what it's saying to me. They
uh,
hit rock
uh,
bottom.
let me go back. Let me see the part you're talking about. How the darkness that it. Let me see. It says others who remain in a declining. Matter of fact, let me see. It says there are two extremes of light and darkness, and they have their effect on each individual and
Right.
the world's population. It says until they have reached and completed the third resurrection, rising into emancipated heavens and ethereal, these extremes create the wheel that mankind rides from the earth into the heavens. It says when all the traits of light are acquired, one is able to overcome the lower aspects of earth and rise into the emancipated nature of the ethereal being. So, real quick, thought I had on this right here. That's our
Mhm.
marching orders. That's the reason why we have the tetracts. As we overcome these things, that's us getting rising closer and closer to the ethereal worlds, where I understand the ethereal world. They're free of the tetracts. They're
Right.
100% free. I
Yeah,
don't know.
they are. The Ethereans are.
Uh, uh,
You see, Anahassage, he still had those tetracts even in spirit.
oh yeah. That's a good point.
So,
Boy, point.
Atmospheria is a training place to purge those tetracts. You
Right.
see.
Mhm. Makes sense. It's a beautiful thing to understand the program. We start here on the earth. That's how we come into existence. And from
And
now on forever,
I got
we
a
can
question though about the tetracts. Now, could you blot out a tetract before a person is born? Like, you know, if their parents had enough light to like blot out like lust, you know, could that happen? Like Christ almost, you know, he was born like how he was born. You know, he was a
yes.
Aizu. Yep. Because
Uh,
I remember in the Bible where you know Christ was saying like, okay, there's a man with no gall. You know,
Oh, that's nice.
so does that mean that he you know he don't have that at all, or you know?
that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
About the only one that I could figure that we would be born like that would be uh, Zarathustra.
Oh, the all
Yeah.
pure.
What about
Not all of them. Now I'm not saying block not all of them. Just like you know a little 35%. You know, you know, like blot out like one or two of them. You know, because that's what I'm thinking we do when we put light on ourselves when we have our seat. You know what I'm saying? They come out a little higher than us.
Well, I'm sure that Zarathustra had some tetracts, but he just ignored them.
Oh, got you. That make a lot of sense too. That make a
You
lot
know,
of sense.
because he know right from wrong.
Right,
You know,
right.
and he know samadhi. You
That's the
see.
question. I mean, that brought a lot of understanding to it, though. What you just said, you know, that because that make Zarathustra. You know, I don't look at him like a god or nothing like that, but it just make him even more human that I can do the same thing. You know, you
Well,
know.
like I say, we all have tetracts, right? Even myself.
Yeah.
What I do is I'd be listening right? And if a thought, pops in, right, I'm aware of it, and I'm checking that thought to see if it has any darkness in it.
Right.
You see, and
Right.
that way you use discernment. If there is darkness in it, you don't want to follow that.
No.
So it's a perpetual judgment of self that keeps persons safe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, that was one of my little questions I had.
Wasn't Capelia Yesu, Dave?
I'm not sure if he was or not.
I thought all the prophets was Aisu though.
KU was not. Shine was. I'm pretty sure that Capelia was an Aisu. Yeah.
And Poe, it says here.
Yeah, Poe was an Aisu. Yeah.
And that's just crazy, man. Like these people born without. I mean, I don't try to be perverted on them, but they wasn't born with a male member, right? That's
No,
what I'm.
they had the member, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they had no longing, no how would you say?
Carnal desires.
Yeah, no desire.
Right. I was reading something on that saying that how female have less desire than male. I don't know how true it is, but I was reading somewhere. I was reading somewhere, man.
I don't know because
it depends on the person. There are such.
I'm talking about in general, though. Like in general, a male and a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
General.
There are such ladies though that are highly
Right. I'm just saying, like naturally, because see, naturally we got force in man. Man got a force that's on him. You know what I'm saying? Like that thing can get on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think women deals with that. They do, but not like how we deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got cerebrum fluid. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
They don't got that. They got it, but they don't got it like how we got it.
Yeah.
And that's pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, I can play soccer. Hold on, okay? I got you.
Well, a couple things, if that
it's just a real conversation. That's it. That's that's it.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, regeneration is.
I like that word. I like that word a lot. Regeneration.
Mm-hmm.
I like that word better than evolution for real.
Look at this. This says God said by diet and fasting, Yesu can be attained.
I have experienced that, man. I have experienced that before. I have experienced that,
Even by many who do not have it. But the natural born Yesu stands more to the way of Jehovah.
Mm.
When Capelia was born, a light in the form of a crescent appeared above his head. And the voice of God spoke out of his light, saying, "This is my son, by whom I will overthrow the governments of the tyrants who have persecuted my people."
Yeah, so they got that story from Christ right there. That when he came out the water, and it says, "This is my son." You know what I'm saying?
Who I love.
Just imagine that, man. Just imagine you come a baptism and you hear, "This is my son." Like, man,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
for real,
That,
man. And that, what'd you say?
yeah, you're right. Because that's interesting because Jesus, he showed us different pictures.
Oh, yeah. What you were saying.
I know that there was a real Joshua.
Right.
It certainly was Zarathustra. And the Jesus of the New Testament, from what I could see and learn, was a narrative, not a real person.
Right.
So,
They said the book of Daniel is about Zarathustra. I
whether
forgot
it
who
is,
was reading that. Malachi. I think Malachi was talking about that on one of his lectures.
whether it is or not, I don't know. But the purpose that I see in Jesus Christ is how he was used to be a different, that the creator let him be used to show mankind different pictures, like the
Right.
wisdom, like Asenath was saying, and of righteousness, of deception too.
Right.
But
All I want to say about that is, I mean to cut you off, brother. All I was
yeah,
saying about that is Jesus Christ is a compilation of all the great prophets before him. You know what I'm saying? It's not that the stories ain't real, it's just that all this didn't happen to one person like that. It was kind of split up. So everything that you're reading in Jesus Christ, you'll hear about the other great prophets, Capilius or Tushta, all these different people. So when you hear these stories, it's kind of like you'll be kind of familiar with it a little bit because you hear it in the false story of Jesus Christ.
mm-hmm.
And
So it's
you
like,
also got to realize
mhm.
that Louis Among was influencing that council in Nicaea.
Uh-huh.
So
Right,
he put a
right.
lot of his words in there too.
Say it again.
So he's got a lot of his words in there too. Louis Among.
Louis, right, Louis Monk, right.
All
Right.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
And
good
you gotta
point.
realize he also him, Kabalactes, and Shiza, they raised up and slew 49
49
saviors
saviors. Yep.
to
Yep.
seal their
Yep.
doctrines in blood.
Yeah. Said it gain man's sympathy.
Yeah.
That's why they had to raise 49. What you say, 49 saviors, right?
Yeah, 49
Right.
of them.
Right. To gain
And
man's
they're all
sympathy.
named.
Man, don't you know I cried like a baby during Passion of Christ? Oh my gosh. I cried
And
like a baby in that movie.
they're all named.
The 49 saviors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all named.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? In the OAHSPE,
Yeah.
aren't they? And Luamong and his council had it done so that it would further deceive people.
Yeah. But where he messed up was the people started worshiping the saviors, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
And he didn't like that one, so he took on the name of Christ, all knowledge.
All knowledge, right?
Yeah, as same as Buddha and Brahma. They also mean
I'm
all,
alive.
and there's only one, all knowledge. That's Creator.
Good nothing.
And
Hey,
from then on, they were definitely false gods.
where
Look,
yes,
you see it?
where Luamong is right now, is he started the process of cleaning up what he has done?
He's,
Louis
they definitely started it. Started cleaning it up. I'm not sure if they're back here or not, but he's still probably raising up those he brought low.
Right. Yeah.
Can you say how he is doing it?
Say that again.
How does he go about cleaning up?
Cleaning up. Right.
Well, they're away from the earth in an atmosphere and realm far removed from the earth.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Because when they took them, they took the whole bunch. They took Cabalactes, Inachisa, and Baal, Ashtoreth, and Anahasaj. The whole slew of them went there.
Mhm. Mhm.
Did they ever
Now,
talk about the physical? My fault, man. Did they ever talk about the physical attributes of Luamon?
No,
Okay.
not that I can recall.
Okay.
mhm.
Go ahead, my brother. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, that's all right. So I got the definition up on the screen here, in case anybody doesn't know what an Iesu is.
I was explaining
A
that to
sexless person.
right.
Huh?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I
It's
was yeah, go ahead.
a sexless person. One with Iesu is a sexless person, one without the possibility of sexual passion. Some men, as Brahma, attain to Iesu, improperly called Iesus. The Hebraic word Iu was made from Iesu,
So you mean we can get Hebrew to look at that?
one who can hear the voice of the Great Spirit. Oh, it says the Hebraic word Iu was made from Iesu, one who can hear the voice of the Great Spirit. Iu was or has been improperly confounded with Jehovah.
Right.
Men,
Look at that. Look, man.
mhm.
I'm just getting excited. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Says men who attain Iesu are said to have attained the state of woman, to
That's what I
have
was talking about.
to change sex.
That's why I said that. What I said right there, because that's what that said about the woman.
Uh-huh. How they are more dispassionate than men? Is that what you were saying?
That's what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, not. I mean, just saying like, far as the how can I say it? Like the
Libido.
to reproduce. I guess you can say that the passion to reproduce. You know, I ain't gonna say lust, but like to reproduce. You
I
know,
think his I libido. I think that's a better. Okay,
libido. There you go. That's a much better word. Boy, you
yeah,
got it on the head, boy.
yeah. So let's see what the meaning. Definition of libido.
I know that's a
Libido,
sentiment.
sexual desire,
What? That's
sexual
what that means.
urge,
Really?
sexual passion, sexual appetite, sexual longing, sexual desire, passion, sexualness, sexuality, lust, lustfulness, carnality, eroticism, ardor, horniness, the hots, randiness. So I think that I think that when you look at the garden, now if I'm not mistaken, the OAHSPE he speaks on this a little bit,
Mhm.
and it talks about the let me see. Now I vaguely remember where the OAHSPE seems to say
I think I
that
know.
her desire is actually greater than man's,
What?
if I'm not mistaken. That her desire. Now I'm trying to think as I'm saying this
Mhm.
that her desire is stronger than men's, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I could be wrong, but it led to. I mean, so far as now, I'm trying to think at the at the same time I'm saying these things, I mean, I know the biblical account. I mean, it's about the fall of man, but the OAHSPE, it talks about let me see, let me think.
Come on, the angels coming down to the planet.
It's about, I cannot recall it. It has, I think that it points to
I think I know what you're talking about.
the Satan of the self and how it was listened to, but I don't recall the particulars. So I was led to believe that I read that the females, I don't know, I could be wrong. I have to just digress. I have to leave it alone because I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure about what I'm trying to say.
I
But
think I know what you're hitting on.
I seem to recall that her desire is what led her to partake of the fruit. I know it says in Genesis that your desire shall be toward your husband, and he shall rule over you. And so I think I think that her desire is greater. If I'm not, I say that hoping that somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, but I just seem to recall reading something that says that their desire is actually greater than a man's.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I could be wrong, but man, we don't have any sisters coming around anymore, I guess. I hope I didn't say something. I know ACE, you probably could really help us with this understanding, but I don't have any sisters except Mahalia in here. I think Mahalia's in here. Mahalia, if you can help us, we're struggling with who has the greater desire, or are our desires sexually equal? I mean, they serve the purpose of progenerating. Some
Mm-hmm.
people want to be an ESU. I want to be an ESU. I think I'm pretty close to that, but I'm not 100%. I think that there are more brethren than we think that are ESU. I see.
Man, it's like I said, I think I dabbled in that, man, when I was celibate for like 5 years after I got baptized, man. I was I had the spirit was on me, like 5 years celibate. I think I mean, because you don't have no desire for it at all. Like I had no desire at all. Like, and I was still a young man, I was fully, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like having no desire at all, like you're not even looking at nothing or I'm thinking that's how it would feel, like, like no, like you never known it, like you was a little kid and you never known nothing about anything sexual,
Mm-hmm. Well,
That's
I personally think that that's what I see as I seen the read. Let me see. Mahalia said something. She says some women are way more sexual than others. Now let
true.
me just retract, man. What I don't know. What do I know? I think that it's the same. I think I'll just say I think that they have they're equal in that regard until I can reread what it was that led me to think that they had the greater desire. I'll just leave it at that. What she said.
That's what made me think it, though.
I don't know, because everyone is individual.
True.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You see, and no two people are alike. We're just like snowflakes. So they're
Right.
some women. I believe they're called nymphomaniacs. Just gotta have it.
Oh man, that's a word for you, boy.
Yeah. Now she said something interesting here, Mahalia. I think that's true. I really think that's true. Now I say that because I experienced that. She says I think that we have sexual desires at an earlier age than men. Now I say that because I've been seduced by older women.
You know, they
And
say women learn faster too.
those that are and women my age. I mean, when I wasn't there yet, and they were the ones that were advanced, you see. So that's my own personal experience, though. I like what Dave said, man. I don't know. I think it's one of those things we can never know. I think
Man,
I think it's something that can be attained, and that's the part that I like because I think I remember the Nag Hammadi talking about an account where Jesus Christ said there were some men that were born. It said there are some men that are born eunuchs, and there are others who are not. He said something to the effect of let each, to paraphrase, let each receive what he is able, or something like that. So I think that explains it spiritually, the issue of, Iesu and who's not. I think that the OAHSPE, it talks about there's glory, the creator is glorified in both, He
right.
talks about the parents and how they, by bringing forth the children, how they have like a benefit over those who are celibate because they get to experience a side of reality that we can't. And aside the experience of the love of another human being. And let me see, she says, Mahalia says, have you heard the expression
Yep.
vast tail heifers?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Fast. You being fast and active.
Fast tail. I remember one time down the street. Hey Chuck, I don't know if you listening. Pam Duncan. Remember Pam Duncan? I remember I went down there one time and her niece was there, younger niece, and she was doing something. And her mom said, "Why are you being so fast?"
Mm-hmm.
So hear her say this, interesting. But I both glorify the Creator, from what I understand. It's just like I like what it said, what the Nag Hammadi said, what it said, Jesus Christ said, which was there are some men that are born eunuchs, and then there are some men. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it on the internet. This will be interesting. I'd like to find where that was said too. Some men are born eunuchs, some are made that way. Matthew 19:12. Okay. It says, let's bring up the link. It's an interesting question, man. I think the OAHSPE says you can attain it. That's my desire. I'd like to attain it. I just don't want that. I don't want that vexation when I'm trying to be dedicated to the light. There were some eunuchs. I think that's why he afflicted me too, to keep me from getting out there and chasing those fast tail heifers. I'm in the power chair. I give thanks for that, because I think it's just, it doesn't matter what I think. But here it says, for there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb, and there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men. And there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He that is able, clicked off of it. He that is able to receive it, let him receive it. You gotta like that. Now I like that part. That's the Jesus Christ that's showing wisdom, I think. So he says that we can make ourselves unity. I have to agree with that too, from a personal standpoint. You know, I think that when you preoccupy your mind, it becomes like a high. It becomes like a protected wall around you. I mean, I think sometimes you slip, but I find great power in the Creator allowing you to, if you dedicate yourself to how you want to be, then you begin to start realizing that. Now, I think that is really, really true. Remember with Daryl Cosman, when he came in the other day and he was talking to us about entities and the basic truth of the OAHSPE, man, that you basically, like the old saying in the world, you are what you eat. So what you think, you can apply it to that old phrase, what you think is what you are. The same principle seems to be in truth of the OAHSPE, where even as the Bible, it says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So
yeah, exactly.
We've been talking about how a man at his final stage, the mindset that he's in at the time he crosses over is who he wakes up to, you know? So I can see this phrase right here. I think, and I give thanks for that. Creator basically telling us that we can make up ourselves. We can be who we really be who we want to be based on how we use our own minds. If we're willing to be patient, from what I understand, you know, I can be wrong, but somebody correct me if I'm wrong. You know, anybody have any thoughts on what I just said?
We can start the process now. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. You know,
And
you decide. You know what? Hey, Antonio, I read really interesting. And the OAHSPE, you ever read that part? I love to talk about this.
I'm all ears.
The spirit that crossed over, and the first thing he seen was a beautiful woman.
Oh, we were talking about that. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who are you? She said, I'm yours. I'm the fruit of your good thoughts.
right.
That's enough motivation right there.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, to me, you know. But
right.
I digress, man. You know. That's the end of the reading of the word. I'm gonna pick it up next week. The FAITHIST offspring, children of Jehovah. I'm opening it up. If anybody wants to come in and share and have a fellowship talk, and let me put the link in the room. Go ahead, Andy. You want to share some more?
Oh yeah. I was reading. I think it was Ascension of Moses.
Ascension of Moses. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if that's what kind of book. I just was interested in it. And we'll talk about how Moses, when he went to when he went to the heavens, how it was like naked women, and say that Moses didn't turn an eye. I guess he was being tested as he was going up, but I know that's come from a false place, because I know that you know what I'm saying. I know that the real heaven don't got that type of stuff in it like that. I think he was just being tested by the false god.
Well, it's the same in this. Well, I remember my mom telling me about how women in Africa, they walked around bearing their breasts, and it wasn't no thing. It wasn't no thing. But the problem is that we in the Western Hemisphere, see, pornography started over here, and it was the Jews.
Yeah.
Now, see, I got to be careful, man, because I could get my channel banned. I got to find a code word for Jews. I'm going to have to find a code word. But when they started migrating over here and buying up media, see, they understand how the mind works. They understand that. They use that as a crutch in order to ply people to get their way. That they know the power of suggestion, and it's work. They use it to blackmail people in power. They use their sexuality against them. They give us things like pornography because they want to do a couple of things. They want to break down the moral fabric of the Western Hemisphere. And in that way, they insert themselves in positions of power, and it's worked then to break down the moral fiber of a nation. So we're under a situation, we're in a situation where there's and then if you heard Brother Cosman, if you heard Brother Cal the other day, and him coming in and talking about the slavery, the mid-Atlantic, and how it wasn't how we thought it was. And I'm not real sure, but I'm certainly inclined to believe a brother over acknowledged, accepted history. And you know what? He mentioned a book, and that book was $500 that he referred to. And you can find that the information is always in books you cannot afford. So,
they keep it out of reach of the common person.
Yes. Yeah.
Because when I started to look for OAHSPE, they were like $500-$600.
Yep. Oh, whoa! Wait a minute. Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely serious.
Why do they let it get down?
I went to Barnes and Noble in Flagstaff. They could get it, but they wanted $500 for it.
Why? But why would they let it get down to $50 now? You know what I mean?
Well, the people in the area, they want to keep clothes.
OAHSPE doesn't have a whole lot of good things to say about clergy or government.
Yeah.
So they kind of colluded with themselves, and let's make it very rare to get a copy of.
Yeah.
Because back when I was a kid, the Palmer edition, I think, went for about $10 or $15, from what I've heard. And that was, in the 1930s.
Well, that hasn't changed the information. And it's only like $50 now.
Yeah. Well, you can get it for $39.95, the big blue.
Now, the information, like I'm saying, is still the same. Why would it come down like that?
Once the PDFs started coming online, they couldn't hold it back anymore.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
And that book that Brother Cosman Cal mentioned, if people start getting interested in that, right, and make a PDF of it or something like that for cheap, like $5 or whatever, you watch the price drop on the book. Watch somebody publish it or republish it.
Well,
because once the cat gets out of the bag, you can't get the cat back in the bag.
Yeah. When he came in and was talking, man, that was just dynamite, in the sense that the evil that we have been subjected to and our history is corrupt And so far as he now, I hope he comes back on so I can play devil's advocate. I asked him if he would come back on so I can play devil's advocate with him concerning slavery. I mean, I have to be honest. I'm kind of dispassionate towards cultures and traditions. Look who we got here. Where you been? I think I should give her detention. I think she finally did it this time. I should finally do it, man. It's hard to keep a Leo indoors in the summertime. That's the only thing that's stopping me from doing it. Come on to chat. We were talking about sex earlier. You probably can help us. We had some questions. We were saying we respect. Oh, she's working and training people. Oh, okay. Okay, well, maybe another time. I think you would have a lot to say about the discussion we was having. Maybe talk to us about sex magic and how the angels, I think, how they use that in order to capture men, and how I gotta find a code name for those people, because they really used that to usurp whole governments. They use men's, I don't know, I don't know how to describe it, but that's an interesting topic altogether. Oh, you say what? No, that is where I have been. Yeah, I know. You telling us where you have been. I know. Working and training people. Well, anyway, it's good to see you again. Glad you're here. So we were just talking about like Cosmic Cow came in the other day. He was talking about slavery and the Geechee Gullas and tradition and their heritage. And so let me see. You say, oh, yes, indeed. The lower nature of sex is what they use. Yeah. The how do let me see? I need a code word for the Jews. I got to start calling them something. I don't know. Dave, what do you call them?
I would say the lustful nature.
No. I need a nickname for the Jews.
SS.
The SS?
Mm-hmm.
No. That could trigger an algorithm too, because
you know what you do. Look, you must have read my mind there when I said that. Dude.
Oh yeah, SS.
Yeah. It wasn't too hard to read, huh?
Stormtroopers, Germany, Nazi, I don't want to I need a code word.
No, that's actually in the Bible. What I was talking about in Revelation.
Okay, I need a code. I need somebody to give me a code word for the Jews. I can't think of one right now. Let me see. Nazarene Faith says, "Oh, he's talking to you, Antonio." Nazarene is seeing Faithist. Those people. Okay, that's pretty cool. Those people. Yeah, I like that. Those people. Wink, wink. That's their thing. They were chosen to be a parasite people. They're a parasite people. Those people over there, by the Mediterranean, okay? Get my drift? Those people, they're a parasitical type of people where they've engrafted themselves into America. And if you know anything about a parasite, you probably have to damn near kill yourself in order to extract them damn things. And that's the vibration. That's the, in Matthew 4, it talks about the devil. He told Jesus Christ, the kingdoms of the world have been given to me, and I give them to whoever I will. And I'll give them to you if you fall down. So while it says that Jesus Christ did not, is letting you know that some people have taken that deal. So when those people, wink, wink,
Yeah, you scared me with that one. I said you scared me with that one.
yeah. when when you have a people so small in number like that, and they are overly represented in captains of energy industries all over the world, and you have to know it's because they took that deal. There's no other answer why they're so powerful and yet there are so few. But now the curtain is being moved now and they're being exposed. And I think that's why those people over there, wink, wink,
Have you
that's,
ever read the story about those people?
huh?
You ever read the story about those people in I think it's King Cyrus?
I don't know. Tell me what you're saying. I don't know if
Um
you saying.
about those people, how they was like locked away for a certain time. Like they
Oh,
was
really?
doing some
I'd like to hear this. What do you
you never it was talking about the history of those people. It was talking about the like because they kept their history hidden. Nobody knew about these people for a little while
uh-huh.
until now. You
Uh-huh.
know
Yeah.
how to I think where this story come from. This story they said that the book of Daniel is supposed to be like the half part of the story, but the story is about King Cyrus,
Uh-huh.
if I'm saying it right now, and how those people would go and be like literally like I guess terrorizing or eating people, and they got locked away for a certain time, and then they got out, and when they got out, they had to choose a certain religion to take over, and instead of
Oh,
they chose
back up, because I could pick it up from there about how they were in a vice grip between the I forget they had to choose a side and they chose Judaism. But now
oh,
before
okay,
that,
right,
you
right,
hit
right.
you hit on something that I don't know about. Now, what were they before that? What were they before? You said they were cannibals, and I mean, all I
Right.
know is that they who was it? Turkey or somebody wanted King Bulan, or they wanted to subject them, and they had to make a choice as to who are they, who was going to be
Right.
their god, I think, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I didn't know what led up to that. I think that's what you were talking about, how they
Right.
were before they subscribed to Judaism.
Right.
Who were now? Did they have a name? Do you uh, what? Because I don't know much about those people before they, started to in the 7th century. They
Right.
started talking about who were they before that? Is what I'm
That's,
asking.
see, that's what I'm saying. See, nobody heard of these people in the time before because they was locked away. They couldn't leave that Caucasus Mountain area because they
Uh-huh.
was locked away. And then they say there was a hole somewhere in the little defense mechanism they had made, and that's when the people was let out. But it's like they're supposed to be stayed in that region, supposed to be
Yeah,
locked away in that region.
Kazar, brother. Kazar, yeah.
Right, right, right. But one guy showed a video of he was like, oh, I know where you guys live now. I know you guys live. He was just kept on saying it. And I was watching the video. He showed the video of how on the Caucasus Mountain there was one way in and one way out of this place. So I was astonished, man. But I think the video's still around. If I can find it, I'll send it to you.
Now run that back again. Repeat that, what you just said.
So it was just saying like how the Caucasus Mountain had like one way in and one way out. I don't, they might have changed it now, but back then when I seen that video, it was saying like, the Khazar, those people, you know, those people was on this, the Khazar and the what the mountain I just said, they was on a mountain, and they built this defense mechanism so these people won't get out, so they don't terrorize these people no more. But when it was let out, You know, I think that's what you picked up and said. You know that they had to choose a god or a religion. You know, but
Right, right.
their home place, they was not supposed to be let out of there. You know, in the story. If you look up the story of King Cyrus, it might come up.
How about if I look up the Khazars?
I mean, you could. I mean, it could too. It could come up like that. I'm gonna look too. I'm gonna check on it myself.
So they were the Khazars before they became those people. Those people. They're really Khazars. Khazars. Nomadic Turkic people. Nomadic Turkic people. See, the truth is coming out now about them because the jig is up. Not like us. Yeah, there's some type of supernatural anointing on them to do the things they do. You know, the banking industry, the overrepresented power they wield. There's something demonic about these people, man. You know, that's the only way you can explain it. That's why they kept getting kicked out because they were a parasite. My channel's going to get shut down. They're a parasitical tribal type of people, and they're a cancer on the world. That's the one people that's got, man, I'm gonna lose my channel. And so now we can see they really showing their true colors now because they getting ready to bring this man's kingdom. I don't know, man, you know, to its conclusion. Those people. I like that, Ace, and that. Thanks. I don't like the way the world is taking you away from us, though. I don't know if I like that, Ace, and that. Well, they at least better be paying you right, you know. So, yeah, you know, they're a parasitical type of people. So that book, it was out of reach for most people. I don't think that they can stop, the powers that be can stop what the creator is doing now. So far as with it's amazing how many people who should know, you would think that they should know about the OAHSPE do not know about it. I've been looking at different videos on YouTube and scholars. They don't seem to be able to mention it. I've not heard them talk. It's almost as if it hasn't really hit the radar. It has hit the radar yet. It should be way more people talking about it. And I have to think it's something spiritual behind it. So, you want to say anything, Dave, before I wrap it up?
No, I think you got it all.
Yeah, I had to say it again, man. You seen the video yesterday that the brothers did about the first, second, third resurrection. What'd you come away with? Can you speak on that?
Oh, that was a real good video, especially the one that Brother Daryl did.
Yeah, like I said, you know, first, second, third resurrection.
He was supposed to go up against somebody, but the guy never showed up or something.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that. Yeah. You know what? I'm telling, man. I'm sorry, man. I gotta say this. Man. Oh, I gotta say this, man. I can't understand people. I can't, man. I was talking with that guy today, and he basically said, "You can't tell me anything. I know everything about the Bible." He said, "I know." He said, "I know everything." He didn't say he knew everything. He said, "I've studied the Bible for 60 years, and you can't tell me nothing." Now, I translated what he said, and he said, "You're a Negro, and I'm a white man. I'm well dressed. Look at you. You can't tell me anything." But see, he was standing up there as a Jehovah's Witnesses, showing the world that you can trust me. Look at me. I'm white. I'm honorable looking. I got a suit and a tie on. And then when I started asking him and he couldn't answer, and he said, "If you don't stop talking to me, we're going to move." And then he picked up and moved. So I was ready to leave. And then I ended up getting in a conversation with another brother. He was listening to him, and he struck up a conversation with me. I said, "Look, man," I basically told him, "Look, man, I ain't got time. I ain't got time for you people anymore." And he said, "No, I'll listen to you," which that threw me for a loop. And I said, "Really?" And he ended up listening. And so I said, "Man, there are some things in the Bible, they ran away from me, the JWs. I said, the Bible says that the wicked flee when no man pursue it. And I said, the Bible also says that my sheep, what does it say about come as the light comes as, we see Asenath will get it, where it says, Satan appears as an angel of light,
Yeah.
I said, yeah, and I told him that. I said, now, what better deception is there? Now, I'm saying this for the benefit of the chat, how, the best deception is when you come and you arrest people's suspicion, and the way, you dress nice and clean shaven and you speak like the lamb, you likely to get people behind you, and it's so true, and people fall for it. Now, if Yaquab come up, a brother weighing about 400 pounds in a power chair, I'm wearing a hoodie, all right, I got a beard, I look like I'm fresh out of San Quentin. Who's going to listen to me? I got a skull cap on. The best deception is to come looking like the lamb. And the whole world is falling for that. Asenath says, I think it's more of the propaganda they teach rather than being them showing a class race. They are trained to run circles around you and only use certain doctrine. Yeah, you're right. I'm amazed. I'm sorry. I'm in a constant state of amazement at the world.
Well, any Christian preacher, all right, when you start asking them the hard questions, well, why is God or whoever you say created the world and the universe, why is he jealous? He owns everything. All right, so what are you got to be jealous of?
Dave, I can see why you would get thrown. you would get thrown out of anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I can picture you starting to ask questions,
The devil will come in as an angel of light.
Yeah.
Same thing in OAHSPE. How did he come to Abraham? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm your God.
Yeah.
And you see. And now, in OAHSPE, Abraham questioned that. Well, my God told me not to kill. So who are you? You see.
I love that account. I love that. Oh man, I love that. I love that. Oh, I love that account, man. Because shoot, now I forgot my point, man, about the burning bush and how it was a great deception. And
Well, may not have been, because Ethereans, they're so bright they look like they're on fire.
Yeah. So
it could have been an Etherean that was standing there talking saying that I am, right?
Well, I was looking at that video by the fifth kind, and they said that they pointed out an issue with the burning bush. Now, I cannot remember. They made a great point, and I can't remember, man. The fifth kind on video on YouTube, their channel is called The Fifth Kind. And he made a dynamite point about the burning bush. And I think it's centered around Abraham saying, "Who are you?" Who we are. I think they were making some type of point behind Abraham saying,
Don't you mean Moses?
Yes, I'm sorry, brother. I mean Moses.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about Abraham.
Yeah. I was talking about Moses. Yeah. You're right. Okay. You're right. So, okay. Yeah. Now, Abraham's account, then you're saying he could have been approached by an Etherean, right?
Yeah.
And that's when he was in Ur of the Chaldees, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you, brother. Yeah. I'm with you. Now, Asenath said, those bringing the Creator's word fit Isaiah 53:2. Okay. But for he shall grow up before him as a tender plant and as a root out of dry ground. He had no form or comeliness when we shall see him, that there is no beauty that we should desire him. Okay, she's saying that those bring the Creator. Well, people who bring those bringing the Creator's word fits. Oh, she's saying I'm ugly, like Isaiah 50. Oh, that's cool. Or there ain't no beauty in me. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I like that, man. I like that. Boy, Ace of that, you just something else to me. I'm poking fun at myself, but okay, now see, yeah, they don't look like Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, but people, I mean, they can understand how people would like to present themselves in their best light when they call themselves bringing the Creator, the reality of the Creator. Now, I think that there's some creed. I think that there are faithist brethren, I mean, we do look kind of rough, but we don't know everybody. You know what I mean? We're only subject to our own corner of reality. You see brethren like, you look at Brother Daryl, he got his hoodie on, Cosmic Cal, he looked like he fresh out of Attica. you know, Selah Shalom. He got that rough look to him, so it is. This verse trips me out, but we're not the only ones, though. I think that we don't fall for that. I've never, man, I've never really liked the dress anyway, myself. But I was poking a little fun at myself, and, here I am, and you put me next to that guy, ask people, who are you going to trust? And they're not going to point to me. That's cool with me, as long as I know what's in my heart. That's cool with me. I'm not into appearances,
Well, the old saying there, looks can be deceiving.
Good point. Good point. Good point. See, if you vain, you're going to get caught. You're going to get trapped. I think the Creator will let people get trapped. Because as I read the OAHSPE, you're going to get found out. All right. I think we've already been found out. See, in the Bible, it says he don't look at the outside. I think that's the only reason that he done put this vibration on us to be able to receive this thing, to be able to bring the OAHSPE. I had a thought, man. I like to tell people to read the glossary. Start off, read the glossary and the preface. And then I thought, man, maybe you might want to stop asking them to read the glossary right off the bat, because the first word is abracadabra. That's going to turn, what? What do you mean? Come on, man. Abracadabra, and close the whole book.
JJ 7000, he got a thing with that abracadabra.
Man.
Did you hear him go on about that on the on the debate?
I didn't hear that. He makes me laugh, man. I think he was part of the very first debate right after I heard about the OAHSPE, and I was checking the OAHSPE out, and I think I came across that debate, right? And he made me laugh, man. Because all he knew to do was get all mad and, and just, he hadn't checked it out. I remember him getting mad and saying, y'all got to excuse my language because I'm going to repeat him. The way he said it, he was so pissed off, he could barely get it out of his mouth. He said, they got some new shit here. They coming with some new shit, and he cracked me up, man. I mean, he was so. I think that he's going to turn. I think he's going to turn. I think that brother is going to turn, man. Because it's obviously OAHSPE has got him by the short hairs. That's why he reacting like that. And most, like I was sharing earlier with Hebrew Israelites, they don't want to let go of their kingdom.
Yeah.
They don't want to, you got brethren who they made themselves a
he's supposed to be head of the lion's den there.
Yeah. See, he's got his own little thing.
I think that I forgot what her name is, but she goes under El Jeffa or something like that. That means the chief. I think she kind of wears the pants in that family. I kind of think he's more like she's more like Hillary Clinton and he's more like Bill Clinton. If you know what I mean.
The Hebrew Israelites, man, I have to admit, I got, for some reason, man, I got a real burden for IUIC. I got a real, man, Nate, the leader of that organization, they've gotten so big, he's basically turned them into a morality organization because they're so big. And when you get that big, then you have to turn to morality to keep everybody in bondage.
Yeah.
You get away from the more controversial things, although they still they do proclaim controversial things, IUIC, the white man, and Esau and all that. But overall, a Negro, and I say a Negro, I point out a Negro because he's powerless. He's been disenfranchised.
Yeah.
Now, if you put a little power in a man's hand like that, he ain't letting it go, brother. I'm telling you right now, even if it's a kingdom of 2 men following him, he is not going. It's so sad. It's such a terribly sad thing that you so hungry to be acknowledged and to be a somebody, and you give yourself a title. To me, that's a dead giveaway right there. If a man come up to me, yeah, I'm General Ebenezer, Nehemiah, Gedaliah, Nazareth, Benjamin, Jeremiah,
Yeah.
That's a dead giveaway to me. When you're talking to Yaquab, that's a dead giveaway, man, And even the Nag Hammadi speaks against men who give themselves title. There it is. Look at it. The brother put the perfect description. Brother Nazarene, that's perfect right there. See that?
Yep. Power tripping. Yep.
That's the good one, brother. That's a good one. And it's a terrible shame, man, that the Negro has been beaten down to such a point that if he gets legitimized any kind of way, it removes all of his critical thinking. Check out General Zod from Soup. Who let this brother in, man? And then look here. I'm bringing charges against somebody. Who keep letting this brother come in here, man? Dave, look at the chat, Dave.
Well, there goes all your papers again. The whirlwind coming.
Flying all over the place, man. Now, daggone tornado done torn through here. I got to clean all this up. Why don't you come clean this stuff up, brother? Books all flying everywhere now. And shoot, envelopes on the floor. Hey, you don't know me, man. If I poke fun at you, it means I love you. I'm just trying to show you some appreciation. I don't mean nothing personal by anybody. You know what I mean?
Oh, he knows that.
Oh, I know. He know. I'm just saying I appreciate you. I appreciate all y'all, man.
Whenever you say something like that cracks him up.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad because I want to be able to make people laugh, man. I would love to do that. I just think that the Creator, he's down with it too. Oh, we got Daughter of the Great Spirit in here too. All right, man. Where were y'all earlier, though? It's good to see y'all, though, man. Yeah, Daryl. Laughter is good medicine. We were just talking about you, brother. You did. Hey, brother, that video you did, I'm telling you, man, it made me it made me do the see, daughter say she can't sleep. Oh, let's try to keep her up. Oh, she was asleep.
She was asleep.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can keep her up. But yeah, Daryl, go ahead, Dave.
Say, Brother Daryl, did that guy that you were supposed to be having that debate with?
Hold on, let me drop the link for him and see if he want to come in. Hold on a second.
Did he ever show up, or did he run like the captain and all the rest of them?
He can't stay up too long because he where he is 3 hours ahead. But let me see if he'll come on. Okay, he's joining right now. All right. So we'll find out later. But yeah, brother, that video, I took away from that. I have to commend you on the very easy to understand format. Let me see. He says he's not sure who you're referring to, Dave.
Weren't you supposed to have a debate with that
fella? He said all his look what Nazarene put. He said all his opposition ran.
Oh yeah. That's yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the wicked flee when no man pursueth. Man, see there again.
They actually they can't go up against OAHSPE, verse by verse or right. book by book, because OAHSPE just makes too much sense.
Yeah, you're right, Dave. You said it. You know what? You said it, man. See, that brother's a Libra too, man. So if you put that type of logic in a Libra's hand, I mean, that's our gift. I'm one too. That's how the Creator is glorified.
Well, you realize that all these other Bibles, they don't have they don't say much about what happens to the spirit of a person after death.
Yeah.
None of them. None of those Bibles. Even the Buddhists, right? The Hindus. You name it, they don't really go into that. OAHSPE does, brings it all out.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. It's an impossible situation. What I mean by that is the Creator. It's a terrible shame, man. The evidences that he gives, the antiquity,
I guess about the only book that I've ever read was the Tibetan Book of the Dead. That went into it a little bit because it talked about the great white light of Vairashena. And I think Vairashena would be another name for Creator in the Tibetan Sanskrit. But I'm not sure on that, so don't quote me there.
Yeah, the thing that glorified me with the Creator, or not glorified me, but glorified the Creator to me is the information. I mean, see, I share every now and then. I talk about it was the logic. I was saying how Libras, the Creator made us to be under a great deal of great vibration of logic. And he gifted us to be like the lawyers. And so when you put that in a Libra's hands and a faithist, you can just forget about it, man. So when I look at Daryl, he's operating in his vibration. And it might not be that way for other people. But I see the Creator, how the Creator is using him. And that's what blesses my soul. But for almost anybody, really, we have an advantage, Libras, looking at the logic of it. But other signs, they can put their flavor on it too. Cosmin is a Pisces, and he's able to put his flavor on it that makes it unbeatable. All of us can put our flavor on it and make it unbeatable. But the Creator ultimately gets the credit. And it's just It's a terrible shame, man, that you should be able to see. We shouldn't have to fight hard to be telling you this stuff. I'm talking about the opposition. We shouldn't have to be fighting this hard. Something is wrong, is what I keep saying to myself. You know, here you got the Creator telling you, to do what's right, and that's already in your heart. What's wrong with trying to serve your brother? You do that, it goes good for everybody. Well, how in the world is he wrong for that? That's the premise, basically, everything we be saying. You know,
I like the way he does his presentations. He'll go right through it, bring out the points, and then he'll do a recap at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no doubt that those points he got across came across.
I mean, ASNAS, she's got her Leos are born for the spotlight. That's why I like seeing how she vibrates. I mean, we all of us, we if you sow to the Spirit, you're gonna glorify the Creator in your own unique way. Antonio coming in with his flavor. He's coming from a realistic, personal, the reality of water, meaning the emotions and the feelings, and let me see. Oh, we got him back on. So the Creator and all things. I'm just trying to make a point. I like to share that we got to be able to see him every day somehow, because the darkness that we surrounded by, man, it ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. And it was just reinforced to me today. Looking at Daryl's video last night, and then the thought that came to my mind was, hey, you know what? I'm gonna be firm. I'm gonna be more firm on this video channel about things that I kind of hesitate on, but I know that they right. Brother talking about the resurrections and the spiritual grades, and how we got this opportunity now. We got the opportunity to land in one of those 3 resurrections. That's what I took away from his video. What do y'all say?
Sister Mahalia has made a good point. Is anyone looking? Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a principle right there. See,
hey, some people receive it, don't know they even got it.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, that's right, because there are some. I remember reading in OAHSPE where it talked about people who go about doing naturally what is right. They are His children too. They don't have to be walking up and down talking about I'm a faithist.
No.
They just, I mean, you can read it in the OAHSPE, man. See, that's another one of them things, man. It only makes sense. From what I could see in the OAHSPE is deity worship. If he telling you to get out of something, it's deity worship. That's what I see. Get out, I told that brother who drives those cable cars, at the end of talking with him, and he didn't hear a word I said. He got a good job. And so his critical thinking is gone because his fleshly needs have been satisfied. So now his ears are a full stomach makes a closed mind when it comes to spirituality, is my own saying. Because you know what I mean? Your needs are satisfied. You ain't thirsty. You ain't hungry, like the sister was saying here. So even though he couldn't answer, he couldn't even think to say, hey man, hey, you know what? Hold on. Hey man, let me check you for a second, man. I need to get with you. Because you saying things and I ain't heard you slip yet. So why don't you go ahead and get my contact number? You know, I would give credit to I would respect a person who came like that. But we in a reality where you don't know that they don't know you talking to them about their very damn life. You know, and this ain't no joke. How if they were in the ocean, it would probably be better because then they will cry for help. You know, you know.
Well, maybe not. Maybe they'll be like the fellow that's down in the well. You throw down a rope. No, I ain't gonna take it. God's gonna save me.
I remember my dad telling me that joke about the man that was drowning, and so God sent a helicopter.
Yeah.
No, I'm waiting on the Lord, man. So the helicopter went away, and then a boat came. Oh no, I'm waiting on the Lord.
Yeah.
and the man drowned. You know, people are really like that, man. The sister came in the chat, you know, Samantha she had all the answers. She had all the answers, man. You know,
I must have missed that one, man. I thought I watched that one.
I think it's the video I put called We Couldn't Reach Her. We couldn't reach her.
Okay.
Oh, we couldn't reach her. You know, wise in her own conceits. You know.
Oh, that's what you meant. That's what you meant. I thought like you couldn't reach her on the phone or something like that. Okay.
No.
I got you.
We couldn't talk to her. That's what I meant
right.
by that.
Right.
You know,
I need to go like for that one.
We you know, the sister Dave, they was trying to minister to her. And all she wanted to do, it's just like that verse I posted again, man.
That's not the one that came on live? She didn't come on live with y'all?
Yeah, she came on the live.
With the video?
Yeah, she came on.
Because I heard her at first, and it didn't sound like that. So I must say, listen to it all the way there.
Yeah, matter of fact, it
started off good at first. It started off smooth at first, you know. And I heard you was happy. You was like, yeah, man, maybe you will bring, you know, you like maybe you will bring other, you know, people on. Then I guess it went sideways after that, I guess.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I thought I was hoping that she was sincere, like,
oh, okay,
just that she was going to hear us out,
genuine, be genuine with it,
and ask questions. You know, that's the open door right there. You know.
Now, you can. What was that other fellow that it was on? Something about night or something. He was on. He came on before she did, a few days. But he was a lot more easier to talk to, and he was actually looking, and he was going to watch.
Yeah, that was Michael, I think.
What, Christopher Knight was it, or something like that?
Yeah, I think his name was Michael, wasn't it? I don't know. I know who you're talking about, though. Yeah, I liked him. He
was good.
Yeah. He was more able to listen, but I haven't heard from him since. But I hope he comes back around. But yeah, I like people like him. You know, he's not wise in his own conceits. He's very deferential. You know, he questioned, and we haven't heard from him since. So it may see at this very moment, the seed may be germinating, and he may see Jesus Christ. He may see deity worship. Hopefully he does, and he'll get out of it.
Hey, I like how you use that word, germinated. Germinated.
He didn't believe that Jesus was God. So that's a big start right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I like that. But he still subscribes to the Bible though for his wisdom. It's still his foundation.
Yeah,
That's the
I
problem
think
right there.
I think somebody sent him a PDF
Yeah,
or
somebody.
or
Yeah,
how
I think Jemiah.
to yeah
I think Jemiah sent him a link for a PDF or something. And
yeah
that's another issue too, right there. You know, I didn't get a chance to tell that brother who drives the cable car. I did, and it entered my spirit to tell him too. If you say you can hear the Father's voice, man, then you certainly can hear the OAHSPE. All
yeah
right. If you telling me you can hear his voice, you can certainly hear the OAHSPE. See, that's the problem right there. If the OAHSPE is talking and you can't hear it, we got a problem, man. You know, if I read from the Bible and then you say that's my Father's voice, and I read from the OAHSPE, you say, well, that sounds strange to me. Then we will know, or anyone, or the angels and the gods, it's gonna know who you are worshiping.
Some
Crazy.
people ain't attuned to that light yet either, though. For real, that light is bright, man. Especially from
Yeah,
the watch,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah.
well yeah even in WASP it says that the Bible has traces of the Creator's footsteps.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I believe
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I certainly agree with that. I can hear that because I still refer to the OAHSPE
Oh
when,
yeah
in order to bring some wisdom out that, like, when you talk about Jesus Christ, when he's giving you wisdom, and talk about Jesus Christ when he's showing you deception.
yeah
Other places too. Yeah, I like that, Dave. That's right. I
I mean,
love it.
the
You know.
Bible tell you obedience is better than sacrifice.
Yeah, yeah. And the only problem is that how it's used. Like the
Oh
Israel,
yeah, yeah. They got 100 ways to use that.
there are a lot of verses where it's two ways to see it, and
Mm.
that glorifies the creator. Because
Right,
now you got to rely on the vibration you're under, see, as to
right,
what is the correct interpretation.
right.
The Hebrew Israelites, they pick up on verses that can go either way to their advantage. They'll tell a brother, obedience is better than sacrifice, and then they'll come with the rest of it. Now, brother, we need you to we need you to increase your giving. Now,
Right.
remember now,
Obedience.
obedience is
Right.
better than sacrifice. Now, brother, you know, see, that's the religious world anyway. Joel Osteen, you know,
What's that song, man, that the church people used to sing? I
huh?
forgot the name. What's that song that the church people used to sing? Would Jesus better cross alone? You remember how that song go?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
I
But it's
don't
a
know.
song. It's a
It's
song.
see, I used to wonder. I think I was telling you this, man. I used to wonder. The story of the wheat and the tares, the separation at the end of the world,
Right.
and how it says, "Let them both grow together," and then at the harvest, I would separate them. Now, the interesting thing, there's a harvest in 2049, and the separation is already taking place. Is Creator, he get a world religion, and then he let the world subscribe to whatever want. It's your choice, man. You know, they have their run, and then he comes in with the OAHSPE. And those who can hear it are going to separate from those who cannot. It's a terrible, sad thing.
2049, you say?
Yeah, the next Dave, hey Dave, you still there? Correct me if I'm wrong. Next harvest is 2049, ain't it?
yeah I believe so. Yeah
That's deep, man. That's deep, boy. You sharp, boy. That's deep.
Running cycles, don't it?
Right. Yeah.
200, 400, you know. So I want to make that harvest. I want to make it.
Yeah.
You know,
I believe Cosmo and Cal went into that, and
Right.
I do believe he said 2049.
Yeah. I think it's 2049 next harvest. So
Man.
that's a terrible thing, man. It's a terrible, you know. Just going out in the public today, man. I didn't start anything. I didn't start nothing, man. You know, I got drawn into these conversations. I got drawn in because I I I don't push it on nobody. I'm not gonna push OAHSPE no more. I don't know if you know Antonio. I have a cousin, and I had a really acrimonious phone call with him.
Yeah, we talked about that too.
Okay, so you heard that. All right, so you
Yeah,
already
you said that was the last draw. You wouldn't you
that
wasn't
was there, man. And my brother was on the phone. And when you got my brother, who's a bit of a skeptic about what's going on, which is good, you know, because he's cancer. My brother's cancer like you, so they don't go forward. They approach. They go straight ahead by going sideways. So he following his natural vibration. He may wait till all the evidence is in. But when you get two brothers who's supposed to be spiritual arguing like that in front of somebody like that, you do more damage. And that's
yeah.
one of the things that made me mad. Because he claims, see, I've already shared, I think you heard me. And my cousin's a big shot. He played in the pros. And he got this attitude. I hate to be saying these things about him. Everybody, and plus he's a Leo, you know. And so
See, there you go. See, you're gonna get me in trouble with these Leos, man.
he's got an ego. You know what I mean? Leo ego. So me coming along and trying to show him something when he's already indoctrinated is a mistake. That's a mistake, brother. You know, especially if you start saying things that's going to remove them from their throne. And so it didn't go well. And I from then on, I said, that's the last straw, man. That is it. Other brethren, they seem to be the same way. You don't hear them trying to push it on people. Now I've learned my lesson. You know, I look it up. Dave, he doesn't strike me like that. You know, Daryl doesn't strike me like that. You know, Selah don't strike me like, you know, all the brethren, they don't strike me like that. So I learned that lesson, man, you know.
I just take it as the creator come at you on all sides, and I kind of know what that is, Like once you give that, once you give it, sometimes it might don't germinate right then, but
right.
That word keep on coming on all sides, and you see certain things, it's gonna bring back your words and remembrance.
I like to wait until it seems like all of a sudden I just strike up conversations with people, and I seem to know that okay, the creator is saying, open your mouth at the first opportunity, open your mouth. Whereas before, I would chase people down in the street. Hey man, can I talk to you? Hey,
That's that throat chakra opening up, man. Where you happy to get that word, you got to speak it out.
Yeah, but I think there's a right way, wrong way. I think that people, you just have to wait until the time is right. And
True.
My mind is like, I'm gonna let them dictate it, But until then, I'm holding my peace,
Well, a lot of times when someone finds something that's beautiful, right? They want to rush out and share it with the whole world.
Yeah, there you go. That's it right there.
And that's what I'm saying. Every time we get new knowledge, it kind of feels like that. But once you get that light, you know how to distribute it evenly.
Yeah, good point. That's a good point.
You mess around and give somebody a Hameya, like the Dragon Ball Z card. They can't handle that power like that. You're gonna have to break it down. Show them how to take it in and show them how to move with it, and then they'll come around. Because a lot of people I talk to, they be looking for I wait for the open. When they
Yeah,
say certain things like,
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people
Yeah,
make you tell them. Some people make you tell them.
that's wisdom. Yeah, that's wisdom right there.
Yeah.
Wisdom, man. See, the rope-a-dope,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's just like
So,
kung fu, man. You got to know.
yeah, wait for the opening. Yeah, that's a good principle right there. I don't like getting beat up though, man. That's the only thing. I can dig it. That'll help you humble yourself, and it'll make you a pretty pearl if you let the creator do it. Subscribe to it. It ain't never really, never really give you what you deserve, man. And then it's for your own benefit. You being made a pretty pearl.
Right.
If we go through the program, if we just go through the program, be patient, sow to your highest be your best light.
Right.
Put your down, put your Satan down, and just go about just trying to take advantage of the opportunity to do something. And your brother walk away saying, "Man, that brother or sister bless my soul." And Creator, he said, "You produce that fruit, brother. You on top of the world. You home free. Now you home free. See, you home
People got
free."
a lot of questions, man. For real.
Well, I wish I knew where they were, because I'm meeting up with people who, I ain't gonna let myself be frustrated because I'm learning. If the creator, if he put them in my path, I don't get all emotionally involved anymore. I may sometimes, but it's leaving me. I just become dispassionate.
Right.
Meaning that I don't let my own personal, get involved, but I open my mouth and I'll share. And if they reject it, then I don't have to get all bent out of shape.
True that.
Who said if you love them, leave them go?
Right. Yep. I said that the other day.
Yeah. Hey, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true, man. You can't be trying to grab onto people like that.
Yeah. You love your brother, and you wish you could have him here every day, but shoot, everybody got lives to live, and we gotta come back again and rekindle that thing again. So we walk this thing every day. Even when you ascend to the first, second, third, resurrection, you gotta learn how to let shit go, because that holding on to shit gonna keep you in that first resurrection or the second one.
Well, remind me of that story where in the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus said that. Matter of fact, here let's look at it real quick. Let me. I hate butchering the word, man. I hate that. Let me look at it. Let me get it real quick.
I'm gonna call y'all the Index Brothers, man. You and Brother Dave there, cause y'all can go to them scriptures and everything fast on the word, boy. I'm trying to tell
Well,
you,
you
boy,
can
y'all
too,
can.
man.
You're right, but boy, y'all boys be on it, man. So I look up to y'all guys, man, for real. I'm still striving, man.
Scripture ain't always written,
True.
That's what
True.
I now hold on a second. Let me get this. Let me find this. They shall strip themselves naked. Gospel of Thomas. Shoot, I got to talk faster.
That's crazy. When you said that, something popped in my head when you said that. Gospel of Thomas.
Hold on a second.
I think they talk about that Esau in there too.
Hold on a second. It says, they shall lay their clothes naked and strip naked before. Come on. I got to speak faster. They shall take their clothes off and lay it before them. And Gospel of Thomas. Okay. Gospel Thomas, saying number 37. It says, his disciples said, on what day will you be revealed to us? And what day shall we see you? Now, again, we got to somehow translate this.
Yeah.
Talking about, you know what I mean? We got to translate this because it's talking about Jesus.
I got another one for you to look at after that one.
Okay. It said, his disciples said, on what day will you be revealed to us? On what day shall we see you? And it says, Jesus said, when you unclothe yourselves and are not ashamed, and take your garments and lay them beneath your feet like the little children trample on them, then you will see the Son of the living one and you will not be afraid. Now, the beautiful thing about this right here is you got people, they give their understanding of it, down here. You go to this writing, this book right here. Now, I'm bringing this up because I'm using it to say, faithists are able to let go.
Got you.
They see, Creator, don't he tell us we're not supposed to hold anything like it's ours?
Right.
And we reading where he says, when you unclothe yourselves, and it's kind of like he's saying, when you stop being selfish, when you are willing to give away something that other people want. I mean, you can't, you know what I mean? You don't be foolish, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Right.
You get my drift, man. Hey, man, I need you, okay, here, you can have it. Now, I'm going to go live in the street. You know what I mean? Don't be silly. You know what I'm saying? But I'm only bringing up this to show that the Creator, I'm using it as something that the Creator that he can say to us. He's telling us to be willing, to part with. I'm trying to think of a good way to say it. You say it for me. What am I saying, brother?
Repeat it.
Like in this verse, the Creator is telling us to be ready to part with things that may be for the benefit of others.
Well, that's just like the verse you were saying, the one should be taken and one should be left. I think that's what you were talking about.
No, I'm talking about this verse right here in Gospel of Thomas. I was just making a point, man, that the attitude that I seem to see in the OAHSPE is where the Creator is saying, be selfless. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right.
man. That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah.
Don't hang on to worldly things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There
Right.
you go. Go ahead, Antonio.
No, I was just saying, earlier when you mentioned the book of Thomas, I think the book of Thomas talks about it says a parable like when a man should become a woman and woman. I think when a man should become a woman, I think it says.
Yeah. When you
In the
make
book of
yourself,
Thomas, you ever heard of that?
yeah, that's Gospel of Thomas, where
Right. So is that like Aizu? Is that saying that in a different type of way?
well, the account, it says that when the male becomes female and the female becomes male, or hold tight, let me find it.
I'm about to say, yeah, find that first. Don't slaughter that one.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. When the male becomes female and the female becomes male, then you shall make yourself as one. Gospel of Thomas. Okay.
Remember to switch tab.
Uh-oh. Did he get me? Oh, shoot, man. He got me. He got me, man. Oh,
How you mean he got you? What that mean?
I got a little personal beef going with him.
I think I heard you say it last time, but I never knew what it meant.
He keep jabbing me in the behind when I don't share the screen.
Right. Oh yeah.
I got a personal beef with him, because it's just an opportunity for me to poke fun at the brother. That's all, And so I make a big deal out of when he beat me to sharing the tab, Him and Asenaf like to jab me in the behind with it, So I make a big deal out of it. It ain't nothing, though. But, he got me this time. And so it's like, one up on me. So, all right, now here we go. It says, Jesus said, when you make the two into one, and when you make the inner like the outer, and now let me see. Now this might not be what I was thinking of, but let's read it. Matter of
Right.
fact,
I ain't think it had all that in it too.
let me see if I can find a link. Okay, let's see what this says. Let's see what this says. It says, let me see if I can make it bigger. I think I can. I don't think I can. Oh yeah, I can. Hold on a second. Let me make it bigger. Okay, that's good enough. Now it says, when Jesus saw some infants who were being suckled, he said to his disciples, "These infants being suckled are like those who enter the kingdom." He said, they said to him, "If we then become children, shall we enter the kingdom?" And it says, Jesus said to them, now the way I interpret it, the way I look at it, it's like this is the Jesus showing us the wisdom. I'm not
Right.
really necessarily looking at the Jesus of the New Testament.
Right.
I'm just using it as he's being used as a tool of the Creator to speak to us.
Right. Yeah.
That's how I'm using this, just to let people know. So it says, Jesus said to them, when you make the two one, and when you make the inside as the outside, and the outside as the inside, and the upper as the lower, and when you make the male and the female into a single one, so that the male is not male and the female not female, when you make eyes in the place of an eye, and a hand in the place of a hand, and a foot in the place of a foot, and an image in an image, then you shall enter the kingdom. Now, what do y'all brothers say about this? Now, what
That's
I'm gonna do?
plain. That's plain.
Okay, what do you? I'm gonna put this in AI to see how it'll explain it. But y'all tell me what y'all think.
Um, I think it's saying with the eye and the hand, it's like when you. It seems like it's saying like when you place your actions like with your faith, I guess with your eye,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
'Cause it's
mm-hmm,
saying a hand, the hand is symbolized, like action, what you're gonna do.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But on the Aisu part, that's what I think that means when the female becomes the male and the male becomes the female, and they both look at it as one because you don't regard the sex no more.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the first thing I thought of when you said Book of Thomas. That came right to my mind. Like, hold on now.
Uh-huh.
But that
Well,
that hand in the eye with it, that's new for me. I ain't heard that part of that yet.
mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna put it in AI
Let's see what
just
that's for.
just to see what that say. Yeah. I mean, because sometimes it's hard to describe things, and sometimes AI can help you. It can make it simpler. So sometimes that's why I refer to it. So I'm putting it in right now. Let's see. Now, let's see. It says, uh, can you see, I got to make the screen. Let's make the screen right. Now, let me see. Let me go ahead and copy it. I'm going to copy it and then put it in my room on Facebook so we can see it easier because it's hard to see. So let me see what the answer is. Let me copy it. And then I'm going to put it in my room on Facebook. And then so we can all see what the answer is. Now, let's see. It says, all right. It says, and It says Jesus saw some instruments. Okay, some. Now I'm not going to read the whole thing. I want to read the answer. It says the passage you referenced highlights a transformational understanding of spirituality and identity. Now remember, when you read AI, you got to think, man. You can't just take it for granted. You know what I mean?
Right.
Saying that to everybody. Don't just take this.
Oh yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
It's just a build.
Think about it. Okay. It says the passage you reference highlights a transformational understanding of spirituality and identity, which resonates with themes found in the OAHSPE Practical Guidebook to the Spiritual Life. In the context of both texts, entering the kingdom of achieving spiritual freedom involves a profound inner transformation and unity of dualities. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's head on, man.
That's pretty good. I like that. I'll take that. He's saying when you make the male female, the female male, okay. So he's representing a transformation. And he's saying here a unity of dualities, okay, of the spiritual and the corporeal. So there's our unity of dualities. Oh, it even says it here. It says in the OAHSPE, the dual nature of both corporeal and spiritual is emphasized, suggesting that the true development requires an integration of these aspects. Integration of the physical and the spiritual. There's your balance. That's what we're called to have a balance. It says, Jesus' word suggests that to enter words seem to suggest that to enter the kingdom, one must transcend conventional distinctions, whether those be physical, which is male and female, or metaphysical, inside and outside, upper and lower. So he's saying that transformation is the key to entering the kingdom of heaven. So we have a current imbalance in this reality where the physical is dominant over the spiritual. In this reality, we have people sowing to the flesh. The flesh is more powerful than the spirit, is what he's saying. But the Creator is saying that when you balance, when you take care of your body, you take care of your spirit, and then they complement one another, and you benefit from it. The problem is the imbalance that we have in the world. It says this notion aligns with the idea in OAHSPE that individuals should work towards a deeper understanding of their purpose and strive for harmony within themselves. Strive for harmony within themselves and with others. The process of making the two one can be seen as an invitation to embrace one's complete self, overcoming divisions and fostering a holistic sense of being. Much like how the document advocates for individuals to cultivate their relationships with the Creator and to integrate good works into their lives from an early age. Both teachings urge individuals to pursue a spiritual growth, actively and consciously striving for a state of unity that reflects the wisdom and love of the Creator. This path leads to a richer understanding of one's identity, the greater universe, and the responsibilities that come with spiritual freedom. Okay, so that sounds good to me. He's saying that when we look at the verse, we see that Jesus here is saying when you make the two one, okay, so he's talking about unity, and then he embellishes on that a little bit. When you make the inside is the outside is the inside, the upper is the lower, and when you make the male, female, and the female into one single so that the male is not male and the female is not female. Okay, so he's talking unity and transformational change. And that's good. That's good. That goes on to, Nazarene has got it. Yeah. There you go, brother. You're right. Spirit and corporate It's a constant refrain in the OAHSPE, the creator talking about. So he hit it here in the Gospel of Thomas. It's cool. It's a
that AI did real good on that one.
Yeah, it did good. Did good. That's good. That's good. That's good. You know, easy to understand, easy to share, easy. Not well. That's what we're striving to do. You know, ultimately, we want to be a part of the third resurrection. I mean, we want to hit the ground in the third resurrection. I'm sure, from what I can see, FAITHIST seem to be the second resurrection. From what I can see, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
You know,
you're right.
Mm-hmm. Which means that we cross over and we come to our own kind.
Yeah, we'll be placed with other FAITHIST.
Right. Right. I'm all for that. Anything after that is gravy, brother. That's gravy.
Well, we got a lot of learning to do.
Yeah, I'm all for that. I'm all for it. I can dig that. I'm with that. Going to work every day, big old office building, full of FAITHIST.
We may be sent back down to earth to capture some fetals,
right?
Bring them up via Dante or something like that,
Recycling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We may be required to work on some of those autovans there and such.
Oh, good night, Mahali. Oh, she took off. I didn't see that. Good night, Mahali. Thanks for checking
I got another question too. I got one more question, man. I don't be meaning to ask all y'all these questions, but
come on, man.
They be coming, man. They be coming, man. And I had this one before. I just forgot it. So my thing is, right, you know how we're supposed to go through schooling or education in the spirit realm?
Oh, yeah.
So your profession now, does that go towards your credits in heaven?
Oh, yeah. Dave, he can answer that. Go ahead.
Any talents you have definitely is a plus in the spirit world, and you can increase them. And things that you may not be so good at, you can learn. You see,
that's beautiful.
So you'll be very well-rounded when it's time to take the oath of bride or bridegroom.
Right.
And then we're out of here. Off to Ethereal we go to learn even more comprehensive work.
Man.
That's beautiful, ain't it?
OAHSPE got some good stuff, man.
That's beautiful.
Telling you, yeah. I mean, it's everything in there is beautiful, man. It's so beautiful. Some of you can't really believe. Like, boy, I can't believe we're gonna be able to do that.
Dang, Dave, you bless my soul, brother.
Hey, I love when you say that. Hey, you bring so much joy when you say that. There, you bless my soul, brother.
Good. I'm gonna keep saying it then.
Hey, keep on saying it, man.
Well,
I love that.
What Brother Daryl Cosmon brought out in his recent video was until you've created a galaxy.
Oh, right? Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
And
filled
it with stars and planets.
Yes.
You haven't even half created your destiny yet. Something to that effect.
How do you like that, man?
And I thought making a throne seat was something. I'm thinking I'm about to make me the tightest throne seat you ever seen, man. Shit, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing, man.
Thanks for bringing. You said it nice. You said it nice, brother. Thank you. I'm gonna chew on that all night, man. I love it. I love it. I love it, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean,
Well,
just think about it, man. Just think about it, man. Just
oh yeah, that's how you keep going. That's the only way you can keep going. You know, I always talk about how one thing that I mean, you got to find a way to keep going. You should.
oh
You
yeah.
got to eat every day. Eat
Yeah.
something every day, man. So that will bless your soul.
Right.
So we can keep on ascending.
And that's why I said you're not gonna get burnt out, man, because the creator said he's efficient enough for you. You know, like you think you're gonna get burnt out, but as much as you want knowledge, he's gonna keep on feeding you.
Yeah.
Burn out ain't even nothing to worry about getting burned out.
I'm gonna say a funny story before I shut it down. I like to share every now and then about how when I came into OAHSPE, I actually fell into a little depression because when
Right.
I got the book, I said, but wait a minute, what's gonna happen when I learn everything? Can the creator keep going? Can he keep giving me something?
I remember you talking about that. Yep.
You know,
He don't get tired.
I said, but what about when I wear out that book? Can he give me enough to keep me going? I actually thought that, but of course he can, man. And so what Dave said there, man, look, until you learn to make a sun, you haven't touched. I mean, my goodness, man, it's like he's saying, if what is glorious before this is enough to knock you out, how are you going to do when you go further? It's talking about glory. It's talking about joyfulness.
Right.
It's talking about blessing. It's talking about eternal life in the spirit, which is everlasting. And the shame is that we think that there can't be anything higher than where we are right now. Is what
here's a thought. When Fragapati, when he came in the time of Zarathustra, about 9,000 years ago, he was taking care of maybe about 3 or 4 Ethereal worlds. He considered coming to Earth as like a little vacation from his toils.
Right. I mean, just thinking about that, man, these guys must be humongous after they done got all that light, man. You know what I'm saying? Which don't make them no closer to the creator than we are, but just thinking about it, man, it's like, man,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like that one day. You know what I'm saying? Man, shoot. I mean, just think about hearing somebody blood 5 planets away. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Oh man, we can't. I mean, well, at least in my mind, man. I can't even begin. It's just like the scripture says in the Bible. You talk about eye has not seen, ear has not heard.
Yep.
That God has prepared. Now we know it's talking about the Creator, but
right.
That the Creator had prepared for those that love Him. And so, really, the wonder that the world is always looking for something greater. They always want the next thrill. The world is always looking for the next thrill, and they don't even know you got it in the Creator. But the power of the flesh is so strong. That's the thrill that they looking, the temporariness. And then the Creator, He's able to replace that, but it requires a good deal of willpower too on the corporality, on the person.
Right.
But it reminds me of the parable of the new wine. If they were at the festival,
right?
And Christ, He made the best wine first, right? He changed the water into wine. They said usually at every festival, they put out the bad wine first. They said, you put out the best wine first,
Right.
So it's like same way, Creator, he's able to replace the best that man could put forward and some, and then some. But we learn too late. We like to learn too late,
Right.
We like to learn. It's a terrible shame, man.
Well, yeah, here's one. Whether we learn late or early,
Or
Right.
earlier.
we're still going to learn one
Right,
way
right.
or another.
Right. Good point.
If it take you 100 or 1,000 years, you gonna learn.
Right. That's right, brother. That's right, brother.
You know,
Well,
I
with
think
y'all
that's a
permission,
glorious
man,
thing. Man.
say it again.
I just say it's a glorious thing, man.
Yeah. You can't beat it, man. Well, with your brother's permission, man, I'm gonna go ahead and close the video.
Nah, you can't do that yet. You ain't got my permission yet.
Okay, well, we gonna
No,
keep going, man.
I'm messing with you, man. Go ahead.
No. I'm gonna open up the book of Esther now. We're gonna keep going for another 4 hours. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Then
You know, hey, you might hear me. You might hear me talking in the spirit then.
I like the way he called.
Peace, Brother
Yeah,
Jacob.
go ahead.
Peace
Dave.
to the chat and Creator's
Yes,
name.
sir.
And
Okay.
we'll catch you
Peace,
Monday
brother.
on your broadcast at 5:00.
Okay,
5 o'clock.
brother. All right.
All right,
Bye bye now.
Bye now.
All right, brother.
Hey, brother. All right. Hey, man, you seem to make you when you come on, you seem to blow the channel up, brother.
Man, I gotta do that quick, man. We supposed to be building, man. So that's what it is.
Okay, so come on, bro. Let me go ahead and start in chapter 51. I'm just kidding with you, bro. All right.
Yeah, man.
Go shoot, man. Thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for
Oh
coming
man,
on.
when I get time, I can, man.
Yeah. Do that, man. Yeah, absolutely. Every day, man. All right. Oh yeah, no videos on the weekend for me. So I'll be back
Okay.
Monday willing, So with your permission, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, man. And,
Yes, my brother. Yes, you can, man. Go ahead, do that.
Okay, brother. Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot.
Love, light, and peace, man.
Yeah, same back at you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shoot, man. Wow, man. Can y'all imagine that's what the second resurrection will be like? You know what I'm saying? That's what the second resurrection, like us brothers, we was talking, and plus y'all in the chat. That's what the second resurrection is going to be like. We're going to just steadily be blessed. Do you know that do you know that the second resurrection is a separation? Do you know that it's more refined? It's glorious, and FAITHIST will land there. And I even think the first resurrection has a glory to it that the earth, it can't compare to it. Even the first resurrection. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, even the first resurrection where non-FAITHIST will go, even the first resurrection. So think about that. You see? Am I right, Nazarene? Good to see you, brother. Well, good to hear you in the Bible study. Well, with y'all permission, I'm going to go ahead and close the video. I won't see you tomorrow and Sunday, tomorrow and Sunday. Been a pleasure. Bless my soul, you brother coming in like this, checking in. That's a good thing about this channel. You come in, get your little glass of water, bless your soul, little piece of bread to eat, go back out in the world, slug it out, come back, get yourself another little, some victuals, and then get yourself charged up, go back out there, slug it out again. That's the purpose of this whole channel. So I want to give thanks to the Creator, this opportunity to try to share with brethren, do what is right by brethren, learn your will, and to be a blessing, to elevate spiritually. Creator, thank you. Pray you go with us, protect us. Again, thank you for the opportunity. Brethren, thank you for joining me. Until I see you on video again, Monday, Creator willing, peace be unto you. Shalom.